You know what I'm nuts about? Fall. It's my favorite season and has my favorite holiday and brings out the best ingredient on earth. Pumpkin. So imagine how happy I was when Pro Flowers sponsored us and sent us a fall bouquet bursting with the colors I love so much this time of year. The flowers are beautiful, they smell great, and I know from experience they're gonna last a long time. Their best-selling cinnamon cider roses are a great option for a birthday, an anniversary, or any fall occasion, or go with one of the more classic ones like 100 autumn blooms or a dozen autumn roses. Seriously. Stop what you're doing and send a set to your mom or partner. They'll love them. And if you don't have anyone to send them to, let's be crazy this week. Look up a nursing home in your area and send them there with a note asking the receptionist to give it to a resident who doesn't get a lot of visitors. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to send mine to the Cypress at Golden Gate because, man, let's be better to each other. To get 20% off all the bouquets of $29 or more, go to proflowers.com and use my code Greggy at checkout. That's proflowers.com and my code Greggy. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GameOverGreggy show. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, with a very special panel of guests. Greg Miller Industries is in the house, right over here. A-Rock, how are you, sir?
Good. About yourself?
Good. How long you been a Kinda Funny fan?
Since you guys quit. Actually, before that.
Okay, I was gonna say, oh man,
episode 9.
I won't look at IGN, but these people, yeah. How did we get you? What brought you in?
Actually, funny story. So it started with Up at Noon.
Okay.
And that was, I think, when it was after you announced you had got cancer,
Sure.
and you had the bald head.
Yeah.
And like the first 5 minutes, couldn't stand you.
Thank you. All right.
5 minutes after that, though,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, he's fantastic.
Aw.
So then I binge watched all of the Up and News before then.
Wow.
And then I started going, I was like, oh, he's on Beyond. I didn't even know what Beyond
Sure,
was at
sure.
that time. So then I binge watched all of that.
Because you've been around forever.
Yeah. Since like, I don't even want to say.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
this is forever. I mean, we gave a pretty good
It's been a
timeline
while,
there.
but
Okay.
yeah.
Over here, you know him from Kinda Funny Live 3 when we shouted him out, told him he started to do a podcast. Snow Mike.
What is going on, Kinda Funny Best?
Good job.
Thanks for having me on
No,
here.
thanks for coming. When did you start listening to Kinda Funny?
Man, well, from day one when you guys quit your jobs.
Okay.
But of course, I was a big time Beyond fan. Shout out to Podcast Unlock. I love Ryan McCaffrey and that
What a good
Xbox
guy.
team, of
What a
course.
good guy.
And
Have
I've
you seen
been a
his new
big
dog?
fan. Yeah, beautiful
Oh my
dog.
God,
Huh?
adorable.
Guys,
You know what I mean?
That guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good guy. And then rounding out the quartet, Cheeks Jr.
It's your boy.
Oh, here it is.
What's up, players?
Here we go. All right, cool. We know him as
Brand.
Double D. We know him as Shannon Doherty. We know him as Mike Doherty.
Got a lot of names.
Yeah, you got a lot of names
Man,
around
many
Kinda
names.
Funny. I don't think anybody's been on as few shows and have as many names. Because you came to be on the Gamescast, of course.
Yeah.
You were part of Kinda Funny Live 3. You came out in your Team Fat Cutoff.
I just keep wiggling my way back in.
I know. And if you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, what's happening here is we're recording this the day of the game, the Greg Miller Industries. And what it was is that I hired these gentlemen to clear out my PSN friends list. And originally it was gonna be one job. They're gonna get $50, spot on the friends list, all this other stuff. But then Jen wanted help, and then Nick wanted to add people, and so we just expanded. You guys made such great videos too. Thanks for playing along. Thanks for having fun with us and stuff. And now no pressure. You're on the GameOverGreggy show.
I still have the smiley face in my chest.
Oh, right. You shaved the smiley face into your chest.
I did.
Yeah, okay. That was an interesting
weird.
choice. How's that feel?
It's itchy. So like,
Let me see
it's
it.
like
Come on, give it to me. Give me the business here. If you're an audio listener,
We're
you're going to
doing
miss.
this.
Oh, well,
Cheeks Jr.
there
is going
it
to show.
is.
He shaved the Kinda Funny logo into his chest.
I can still see it.
There it is. Yeah.
see it. It's
Cut
right.
to the
It's
camera.
still
Yeah, there
there.
it is. Good job with the camera cut, Joey Noah. You know what I mean?
Done.
I got it.
What did your roommate think? Is he used to this at this point?
yeah.
Yeah.
He is for my
Shenanigans?
shenanigans.
Yeah.
You say. But girlfriend wasn't expecting it.
No. Did you keep that a surprise till a little bit later?
Yeah, I took off the shirt and then
Nice.
she's like, "What's in your chest?
What
are you doing?"
It's the
Why?
smiley face, and I'm super excited to show it to
New
you.
kink.
Well, yeah. Well, eventually, when I moved the deal for Greg Miller Industries to being 3 folks, I thought that's a GameOverGreggy show right there. You know what I mean, Snow Mike?
Let's do it. You
Yeah,
ready?
get right in there. Yeah, all right.
When I heard this cast, sorry, before
You
I
son of a
when I
bitch.
heard
This is a
who
Nick
was gonna be
Scarpino
on-
movie if I ever saw one. Yeah.
This is all GameOverGreggy show.
Hell
It's
yeah.
just the
No,
people
you
I
guys,
was-
like I said, I mean, like, it's one of those things where you guys have been around forever. And I think we're lucky enough to know each other through the internet for the most part. But I know, yeah, you guys are going to be interesting and fun and have cool stuff to talk about. And I know you're just best friends because that's what it's all about. There we go. It's all right. Yeah. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the GameOverGreggy show. Each and every week, 4 sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each bring a random topic discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can get each and every episode early. Snow Mike, how early?
How early? Live right now on patreon.com, y'all.
Just for $1, that's all it is. Plus, you get Cooking with Greggy early. But if you don't have that many bucks to toss our way, no big deal. You can get the show for free, topic by topic, the following week, broken up on youtube.com/kindafunny, day by day, topic by topic, until it goes up as one big video and MP3 the following Friday. Remember, the entire month of October, if you go over to patreon.com/kindafunny and support us at the fan tier level, you get a Team Fat apron. So that's pretty cool. And a note from me.
I was wearing one earlier. It's nice.
You were wearing literally the only one in existence at this moment. I hope San Francisco can produce them to that quality, because that's what we're expecting. A-Rock, what's your topic?
So my topic is going to get a little heady, and no idea where it's going to go, but I'm just going to shoot it out for you. So if aliens exist, and I would assume they are, but have they actually contacted us in any way? So if the government was contacted, or if they were aware of aliens, should they tell the public or not?
We're talking about some Men in Black stuff right here with Will Smith,
Yes.
right? Like,
Should they
he's
have like
around.
a shadow organization to
Well, see, that's the thing is I want to know where, do you think they're to that level, or is it like Arrival, or like, where they're a contact, where they've just been beamed a message? We don't have an infrastructure in place. We don't have Tommy Lee Jones running around with the neuralizer yet. My knee jerk is
we're in a lot
no.
of debt, so I know that money's got to go somewhere.
Sure, that's an interesting point. Why are
all
we
in Area
spending
51.
I say don't. I think humanity's too stupid for it, and I think it would be the end of times for at least for a while, right? Of people freaking out and burning things down,
Shooting
and
in the sky.
rape
Can't
and
handle
pillaging.
Donald
Yeah,
Trump as president. I don't think we're gonna be able to handle aliens.
yeah. Not to mention, how do you get that message boiled down for people? In terms of like, hey, here's something easily digestible. We've gotten a message beamed to us. We don't know what it
They're
means.
coming.
Yeah, exactly. It's just crazy ass
We
math.
freak out. We just end of the world right now. I would probably say no, because exactly what you said. I don't think we can comprehend that or stay calm enough. There'd just be riots, like looting.
See,
It would be a mess.
The next wrinkle to this, Snow Mike, is the fact that I don't know if you could keep it hidden. And that's the bigger problem, right? Is that you have to worry about, all right, we've been contacted. For some reason, they knew to go right to the White House or to a NASA caught it or whatever. Even then, it's eventually going to leak out some way. Do you want to be in front of the message or have to play cleanup on it?
Also, because we are not the only government, what if it leaks from like China or Russia that they also got contacted?
Yeah.
Or that they just know we are in contact. Now we have to think of, well, do we have to get ahead of it? Do we have to figure out a contingency plan if they make some kind of weird deal that they're the overlords
Sure.
of
Oh,
the
that's
world,
really
and then
fucking-
they
that's an
start
interesting
harvesting, and then they
wrinkle.
go after America first. I think about a lot of weird shit. But yeah, so
Wait, you just thought of this organically? This just
Quantum nugs.
kicked on in the shower one day? All right.
software developer, it's all just logic and weird shit.
Okay.
But so if we had to create a contingency plan, then how do they roll that out? Do we do a public service announcement? Does Tom Hanks come out and start talking to us about it?
I would like Tom Hanks to come
I
out
would
and
be
do it.
soothed if he did it for
Sure,
us, and then
sure.
he could be our beacon to the world.
Tom Hanks,
You
the
like
beacon
Tom
of the
Hanks?
world.
Okay.
Well, yeah, who doesn't?
I mean, I like Tom Hanks, but I would have been a little more with Tommy Lee and Will Smith.
They're not.
Hey,
They're
we
not.
gave you this
they're-
movie. It's for real.
Then you get agitated. Will
Tommy-
Smith gets loud. for no
Tommy Lee
reason, 'cause
Jones
he
is like
does
the
that.
guy I respect,
Yeah.
but I'm afraid to talk to. I can't talk. Tommy Lee Jones is
Yeah.
way too much of a
He's
man.
got just that stone face.
Yeah. Will
been
Smith's
through
just
some
gonna
shit.
rap to him.
If I'm
Just
getting alien
starts
news,
rapping. Yeah.
I want it coming from straight Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
I need that
There's a
delivered by
lot of
Samuel L.
motherfuckers
Jackson.
in there.
They said they're real motherfuckers.
Yes, they are some real motherfuckers. Yes, exactly.
See, I never thought about the government aspect of it. If they contact the U.S. government,
I'm not
but
gonna
then-
contact Greg Miller.
Yeah, I understand. Well, that's stupid. We saw what we did for Greg Miller in
Unless
Calgary.
we make
All
it
right.
to year 2 of Greg Miller Industries.
Exactly. Then
we'll
we're
do it.
talking.
Yeah.
Then we're talking. But yeah, that would be a real concern, wouldn't it, for the White House if they got hit up by these guys of what if they're going to talk to the Russians or whoever? Interesting.
I don't think you'd be able to keep it secret. I feel.
So
like
how do
too
you
many
message it then,
hands in the
Mr. President? What do you
cookie jar.
do?
I think at that point, if we make contact with aliens, I think we're fucked. So I think it's just like
You gonna be one of these
every
guys?
man for.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're
realistically, how do
immediately
you message?
hostile?
I don't know. How would you even go about that?
You spin it positively.
How do you spin that positively?
You call a press conference.
they're cool, they're cool.
They haven't blown us up yet.
Yeah, exactly. You come out. We have an exciting new scientific development. We are no longer alone in the universe. We have gotten this transmission that we've traced back through this many light years. And that's the other thing, too. This many light years away, you say, right? Like, they're not going to, even if they're coming, it's your fucking great grandkids' problem.
Exactly.
You know? Hide it if they're on the other side of the moon. We don't want to know about that just yet.
Okay. See, this is why I'm not president.
Sure. Well, that's why you have a trusted bunch of advisors to walk you through this. Double D.
Greg Miller would be on that board.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you got to spin it. I know about spinning things. You know what I mean? You don't want to go out there and just be like, it's the end of it. Because this is the thing. Remember, Colin used to always talk about this in the show when we talk about religion, is he always felt that if aliens were real, that would crush the idea of religion and like people would go away from that, which I don't buy. I think people, as devout as people are about religion,
they would double down. They would be a new testament.
Yeah. All right, we have these other scrolls. Yeah. We didn't talk about.
Because fun fact, we're dressed as Mormons, and they basically the whole start of that was in like
we're dressed as right to censor.
They like some guy dug up a book. Allegedly,
that he put like a cloth over his head, right?
And he was like, "This is the new, like, the weird, real word of God," and that's how Mormonism came up.
Sure.
So, like, I would expect that, and it would just be like a YouTube blast all over. It would be like 37 different, like, new religions just overnight.
See, the thing about it is, like, do you
like
remember
alien worshipers and like that's the real God? And
of course,
like,
of course.
Or they're the devil.
Do you remember like when this is years ago? So you weren't even born. You're only 14.
I hate you.
Do you remember when these two dudes claimed they had killed Bigfoot? And they had Bigfoot in like a block of ice. And like it was one of those things you heard like, that's funny. And then like CNN was reporting on it that like they're going to do DNA tests. And we're like fucking on the scene. And it was like, did these motherfuckers just find Bigfoot? Like that, can you imagine waking up one day and it's
captivated
all over YouTube or it's all any that for me, alien movies are so much like zombie movies, where my favorite part of any of these movies is usually the opening moments
Figuring
of like,
it out.
here's what goes on. Of like, everybody see Signs?
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah.
Like, I remember that was one of my best cinema experiences because I went in there not knowing anything, thinking it was just going to be about crop circles because that's all the trailers ever talked about. They didn't show aliens. They didn't show anything in there. And when you went in there and, like, the bird flies into this, and you're like, what? And then, like, when I'll never forget that Joaquin Phoenix is in the closet. Vamonos, children, vamonos! And the alien walks by and everybody, like, our entire theater went fucking ape shit in, like, pure terror.
I audibly gasped. Because I was like terrified. I was like, this
if that shit was really happening, like, and then not to mention how we've got it all in our own heads, this self-fulfilling prophecy that if they're here to kill us and all this other stuff. And granted, I know scientists have said that too. Like Stephen Hawking or Neil deGrasse Tyson.
People than me, sir, have
Don't
said
sell yourself
that.
short. Don't sell yourself short.
And scientists fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
They fuck up all the time.
But it's just, again, like, I don't came all this way. Don't crush us. You know what I mean?
Now, really quick, if we were to find out about it, we got the message out. What do you want your aliens to look like? Do you want them to be super scary and like Alien? Or like Will Smith, I'm punching you in the face? Or like Mars Attacks, where it's like, oh, maybe we could hang out with these guys?
What? You couldn't hang out with Mars Attacks guys?
Fucking giant brains.
I like those guys.
No way. They're horrible.
Guys.
They're horrifying.
They have lips.
They're not good. I don't want. I definitely don't want Alien from Aliens. Like, what the hell are you talking about there? Like, I feel like the big head and the almond eyes guys, it's like, you're creepy as fuck, but I feel like we could find some kind of common ground.
Okay,
maybe.
Okay.
What? I mean, what do you want? What? All the Men in Black things were just as terrifying.
I just like to imagine it's just gremlins out there.
That's
gremlin aliens.
No.
That's better than the big head almond eyes.
A gremlin is better? Gremlins are way more terrifying. The teeth and the claws?
Yeah.
Mogwais, I'll give you.
Yeah.
If I got tribbles and mogwais rolling up on me, I'm like, we got this, guys. Don't worry. Fuck these things up. The teeth of a gremlin. You don't want that.
I mean,
that's not cool.
No.
I guess.
I would want to be like Vulcans.
Vulcans?
Yeah, because then they look like us and they just have the elf ears. I'm cool with that.
Oh,
Anybody can wrap their head around.
I jumped to Klingon. I was like, they don't look. I was like, I brought it around. I brought it around.
No, that's not gonna fly.
That's the one thing I never ever think of is what if the aliens showed up and looked like us? Because then that would do the exact opposite to the religion argument, right? Of like, no, we are all in his image or whatever. Like, fuck, we are.
Oh man,
that twist.
Yeah, you're right.
You have to find your Bible or
yeah, exactly. I don't know how you deal with that. And they have the same Bible. They have the same stories.
Search like the nearest church. I don't know where that is in my.
I'm pretty sure there's something in the Bible about like it being only on Earth, like life only on Earth.
Oh, is it? Probably. I don't know. Bible's got a lot of things in it. Yeah, you know what I mean? A lot of things are happening in the Bible. I'm not too worried about it checking out on. Oh, man. I see, it feels to me, and I'm not talking about the current president or current presidency, that this is something they'd fuck up. That they wouldn't tell us about it, and then, we would learn and leak about it, and there'd be like 2 days of them lying and trying to get around it. It's also in these movies, too, where like, like somebody with just a telescope always sees it first or whatever and starts fucking blowing the whistle.
I actually think we wouldn't even like get like in our current for our current president, we wouldn't even get like a warning or anything. We would just see like 8 nuclear warheads fly into the sky.
Oh, you get like, 1 mega tweet though. You get like 8 tweets. Yeah. I know what I'm talking about.
The tweet would be like "get some" in all caps, and then you just see shit flying from like Nebraska or something like that, and then we're just like, well, we're at war and we might lose.
I'm sorry to inform you. ... And then like 30 minutes later,
coffee or whatever.
Right now.
God, it's weird to think about it. Do you think it'll happen in our lifetime? We'll get contacted by aliens?
I don't think so.
It's a hard sell.
I know.
Because like right now, I don't think we're that special.
Yeah.
But like if we get light faster than light travel, or if we, I don't know, manage our debt properly.
Oh, the debt. That's what they're judging us on. My apologies, A-Rock.
Just start coming out of the
All
sky.
right, you know what? These guys got it together.
Yep.
Let's go teach them
Break
a thing or
the
two.
clouds.
Let's go show them some of the stuff we've been working
I'll
on.
show you guys some advanced shit now.
Yeah.
Crunch those numbers.
That's a good one. I just think of this as, if I was to get the message, I want it to be like XCOM, where like every wall along your neighborhood is just like some guy's face, like aliens are real, run for your life. And I'm like, oh God, run! It's everywhere.
So what do you want to happen after that?
Yeah.
Hide.
Where are we running to?
Just pray.
We get like sewer people after that?
What is the movie? I want to say Section 8, but that's not it. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
From the Elysium guy. Right here, Cheeks. We're gonna get it here. District 9. That's the one, right? Yeah, right there. You nailed it. Yeah. I feel like that's another one that's like almost realistic in a way, right? Of like these aliens show up and they're not the people we all thought they were. Like they have all the answers. Like we got fucking nothing. Can we live in your trash piles? We're dying.
It's like, dudes, we're refugees.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that's a weird twist. So if they are refugees, then we can't even have our own refugees coming into our country. So like, how do we like manage that? And then if they do have some like just even one thing that's like light years ahead, who gets those refugees to like say like if they're bartering to say like we can give you this in exchange, we might have a World War III just to fight over that technology. So like Russia, China, North Korea, even like our friends, like the UK might try and fuck us up, Amy.
Damn UK.
And like.
Governor. Sure do want that travel, don't we now?
She's now a high commander.
Yeah. That's not my Amy Ireland voice.
Future.
Oh, my shillelagh.
But then, like, how do you decide, like, do we, like, go to the UN?
See, I think it's such bullshit. Like, even in, and I get it, again, all right, they're advanced. They've flown, light years to get here and stuff. I still don't even buy, like, fucking Man of Steel, where Zod's able to broadcast on every channel. I really feel like if what we're talking about, the refugees, it would just be like, what the fuck is that? And like they come in and they like land in, I guess, the middle of the country, right, where there's like area for them to land, and they all just come out. Like, we need help. And they're talking another language, and like, we are not clearly, and I mean humans in general, the most accepting. Exactly. Shotguns out. Like, we have an interplanetary incident immediately.
Exactly. Posse up.
That's the thing is, like, it's just like, we're going to fuck this up. Yeah. Everyone's going to fuck this up real bad. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, I don't like that idea.
But back to my original question.
Sure.
So then do we tell them or don't we? Like, or does the government tell the public or not?
I feel like this falls into the same sad category for me of like, oh, I guess ghosts aren't real. Oh, I guess Bigfoot's not real. The fact that nobody's putting up new videos that are like, oh man, that's a ghost, all right. You know what I mean? Like,
Bigfoot in HD.
We all have a fucking cell phone in our hands. It's so easy to get these goddamn footage. I think that's the same thing here on the different side of the coin of like, you got to. I think in Independence Day they talk about this, where he's like, how long before this goes public? Anybody with a telescope is going to be able to see this in X amount of time. Like, Yeah, I think it's Independence Day jumped on this right away in the same way of like, we gotta fucking say something.
Yeah,
like it's
there.
only a matter of time before one of the 4 people in this room tells somebody who leaks it to fucking Gawker, and well, they're not around, but you know what I mean. Like we fucking go Kotaku, Jason Schreier.
There you go. Breaking news.
Yeah, I have some stuff to tell you about the Switch, but first I'm being told aliens are real.
Sources of real.
Approaching us right now, and we should probably look into that.
Yeah, I say you gotta tell them, just because it'll be like either you do the subplot from the first season of The Flash, or you just skip to the end where everybody finds out the bullshit that Barry did, and you just come clean.
You're talking about when he went back and redid time then?
Oh, like 8 times? Yeah.
Yeah.
All those times.
So it's a finale of the first season of Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Usually like that first half, they're like, oh, just don't tell anybody. Then he's like, guys, I
He
got
always
something
says
to
that.
tell
Just
you.
fucking tell him. You know what
And
I
then
mean?
everybody storms out, but then like 2 episodes later, they're fine.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you
got
have
23 more episodes
superpowers.
left.
You're running back in time.
Yeah.
I should give you a little bit of credit here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You saved my life also multiple
Except for
times.
Diggle. That was weird because he was just like, well, my baby's like gender changed, but he was like, man, wow. But then like, okay, he was gone. He was good. So yeah, I say
Classic
tell him.
Diggle.
So to summarize my point, tell him. So are you going to tell him?
I'm going to tell him. We're
Yeah?
going to get ahead of that message right away.
Now, are you going to tell him, though, run for your lives?
I'm going to tell him, run for your
What do you
lives.
think? There's nowhere to run.
Hide your women, hide your children, because they out here killing everybody.
What if they're not though?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm.
Then you just cause widespread panic.
Just think about how
They're
like
killing everybody, the babies too. Like,
humanity is so intolerant to just people of different skin color. Let alone this guy comes off looking like a talking cockroach. It's like this motherfucker is not gonna get. I don't even. They could come off and be in their own language the most eloquent people. They could be like, "Here's how you cure cancer. We know how to get your debt down." Like, and we'd be like, "Fuck you, bam!" Like, you know what I mean? You're never gonna be able to walk into a Steak and Shake looking like a cockroach.
That's true.
So we know that Snowbike Mike is inciting the alien.
Yes,
human
you
war.
are the problem.
No, that's me, baby.
You're a
Don't worry.
huge
come
problem.
out right now. You're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
coming back. You're not going back to Tahoe. Sorry.
Cheeks, you still? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, well, I think you tell him, but I think realistically it gets leaked because it's the same reason I don't believe in any conspiracy theory is because I feel like it's
Too many parts.
hands in the cookie jar.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I think you tell him, but
So now this happens. We're back in the real world. What do you think? What do you think happens? Is this the end of everything?
I think it goes to shit. I
Yeah.
mean, we're falling apart now, man.
Yeah.
You throw aliens in the equation,
No.
I think it's over.
Okay. Okay. We fight them. We fight each other. We all just go crazy. Everybody's looting. Everybody's rioting.
I think aliens is bad news for
Yeah.
us as a society.
No, probably right on that one. Snowbike, you agree?
I agree. I don't think we're ready.
We're not
We're
making
not
it out of
ready.
this one.
Hey, Rock.
I'm getting off the grid.
You're going off the grid.
Off
yeah?
the grid.
You're gonna be
I'm
like
going
you're gonna
in
be like M Night Shyamalan in
Yeah.
science.
There you go.
I'm in like Yosemite or something.
Okay. Wow. Well, people are getting crushed by rocks over there.
Bears.
Yeah, the
we have
bears
to
in the
bear.
next one.
Taking
Yeah,
chances.
yeah. Remember, we got this great polar bear grizzly
would
war
not want
coming,
to be
according to
in
Tim
San
Gettys.
That's a Bruin too.
Yeah, no.
When shit gets real.
I mean, you don't want to be here for any of this
The
shit when it
mission.
gets real.
It's like, oh, well,
I'm always like, you know what? I want to get a gun. And Jen's like, no, like no one's gonna break into our house. I'm like, babe, it's not about that. There's gonna be the earthquake, and we're gonna have to walk. We're gonna have to walk out of here, and I'm gonna be like, back
Yeah.
off.
Yep.
I'm on the third floor of
keep
my
walking.
apartment, so I'm just assuming I'm probably not going to make it.
Yeah.
But if I do, I just
The
gotta,
earthquake one gets you. Okay. All right.
I lose
Yeah.
on that one. But like, yeah, we have to have contingency plans, and I'm just getting out of here. I'm
That's just your
gone.
plan. Just run.
Yep.
Do you have like a real emergency earthquake plan?
At the moment, no.
Yeah.
Actually, I got like the first, because I've only been here for like 2 years, but like I got like the first like hint of an earthquake. Literally sat there for 15 minutes just wondering if it really was an earthquake.
Sure.
And I was like, then I'll check like Twitter, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
yeah, it was. Okay, well,
That was my-
so I'm doomed because I have no idea how to handle. I can handle tornadoes,
Yeah.
thunderstorms, blizzards,
Midwest.
Yeah. Thunderstorms. Yeah.
earth moving.
Yeah.
Nah.
You know what you need to watch? San Andreas by The Rock.
No.
You know, he'll teach you a couple things on how to survive.
Don't say no. That kid did CPR because of the rock.
Good movie. Before I came up here, like before I moved up here, I'm originally from Southern California.
Yeah.
San Bernardino Mountains. Shout out.
Do you play no games? there?
IE?
We play games.
Okay.
But yeah, the IE. What's up? Joey Noel knows
Inland
what's up.
Empire.
You get it.
Got it.
Sorry,
I'm
you
there.
get that
I'm
SoCal
sorry.
language.
Yeah, I know. Nick talks
I
about that.
was Internet Explorer.
I watched that movie right before I moved up here, and I was terrified to come
Oh,
to
yeah.
the city for like a long while. So I mean, that's where I'm going with this.
Cool, Greg. You've lived in San Francisco your whole life. Do you fear anything when it comes to the earthquake variety?
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah.
No, I could care less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Have you seen San Andreas?
Careless.
Have you seen
Have you seen San Andreas
The Rock?
with The Rock? No.
Oh, no, I haven't.
No, he hasn't. Yeah. I saw the trailer. I felt like that kind of gave me a good
Sums it
vibe
up.
with the entire thing. Yeah.
I got oceanfront property if an earthquake happens. It's cool. Hayward.
No, well, I mean, like I'm like, I'm worried about walking out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not even worried about like my building collapsing. Just like, there's no power, there's gas stuff exploding, looting, rioting, a lot of loose dogs. I don't want that. I'm talking you into it. That's wow. Okay, well, I've sold him on it now.
He likes the upside on
I
it.
should worry about this.
No, I do it all the time. Like me and Jen all the time. We should get like put together an earthquake preparedness kit. You know what I mean?
Your
like
bug out
your
bag.
bug out bag. Yeah. And I'm like, that's what I'm like. Portillo's got it covered. We put him in a bag. I'll take some of his dog food, a couple Cliff Bars. We'll get on here. We'll get on.
He's in like a Whole Foods bag.
Hold on. Nobody can hear Cool Greg, but he's saying they got him ready for this in elementary school. He put his goldfish at the top of this. Do you mean the goldfish crackers or like a goldfish in a bowl? Oh,
That was
goldfish
the
in a
first thing
bowl.
you would
Cool,
just
Greg.
grab. You got that, and then you're good.
Share only live thing in the house that wasn't family. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. See, I grew up around the tornadoes, of course, in the Midwest, and those things. I was always way more worried about them than I ever was.
yeah.
And I mean, living there, and granted, I was a kid, way more worried about them there than I was here. Because every fucking weekend, mom and dad during the summertime wanted to go. We're gonna go to fucking DeKalb, drive out in the middle of nowhere to go to Farm and Fleet. Fucking terrible ass country department store. All right. And then on the way back every time, it was fucking horrible thunderstorms and fucking funnel clouds. Like, it's a terrible decision, mom and dad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move to San Francisco. Nothing bad happens there. I don't know. I also worry about the zombies too once in a while. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I could make it happen or I couldn't make it happen. If they're fast moving zombies, it's over. Slow moving zombies, we're gonna win eventually. It's gonna take time.
I don't know.
Go win 'em out.
I'm black, so like it's always bad for me. Any scenario, either I'll last maybe a few seasons, not say anything, T-Dog.
T-Dog, rest in peace, T-Dog. Did we never even learned your real name? Can we get a stereotypical like black gangster rapper guy? All right, great. What's his name? T-Dog. What's his real name? Motivation. Doesn't matter.
matter.
All right, he's there. He
We'll
doesn't
wrap
go
it
on.
up his story in the next episode.
Can we get like
In 5 sentences.
Hispanic, like he looks like he has a taco truck? Sure, what's his thing? He's not gonna make it out of seat. There's literally gonna be an episode I think where he's like, I'm done, I'm gonna go this way. All right, great job, Walking Dead.
Thanks.
Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean?
I know
Cheeks
what you mean.
Jr. What's your topic?
What's up? Okay, so I had 2 topics I was juggling around, and I think I'm gonna call audible.
Oh, an audible.
I'm
Hut
gonna,
hike.
I want to talk about kids
Oh,
and just dumb kids because kids are dumb.
Yeah,
as we
of
all
course,
know.
kids are real
We've
dumb.
heard the Greg Miller stories. I got some stories of my own. And if you change your mind, of course we know you. But do you guys want kids? Why or why not? As
Oh,
well,
God, no.
Especially in like the climate we're in now.
yeah.
But I mean, kids just. There's just something not right with them. Like
Something
just
not right
doesn't
with
click
kids.
us.
Okay. Expound.
I say this because
How old are you two, for the record?
I'm 20.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I know. I look like I'm 14. But I was an odd kid. Like I was a
No, really?
really like we're cut from the same cloth. Greg
Hell
and I.
yeah.
But
You peed in a little Dixie cup and threw it on the wall
yeah,
too.
I did that. But I did
Cried at
weirder
Disneyland
shit
rides.
than that, man. Like I had like a Rolodex of these stories. Like
Sure.
when I used to play video games, like this is 3rd grade Mikey, I would get American cheese singles.
Sure.
I had a lamp without a lampshade.
Okay.
And I would just melt them on the lampshade, like on the light bulb.
Oh, directly on the light bulb.
Directly on the light bulb.
While
Just
you're
eat it
playing
off.
games.
You don't get
While
this-
you're eating them.
Yeah.
So you're
You don't
warming
get
them
this
up.
warm- Yeah. You melt the cheese.
Huh.
Because when you find out like melted cheese when you're a kid, you're like, fuck,
Delicious.
I'll fucking have this every day.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I did. Mike Doherty had that every day.
Wow. Okay. How long did you do that for, you think?
Probably like a year.
Okay. All right.
What if I was like 7 years? I still do it.
You're like, no. I mean, that's what I had for breakfast before I came
Just
over
this
here to do
morning.
this show.
So it's
My
just
nerves.
what makes kids like why do they think like that?
Well, I
Like,
mean, I
They
see.
don't know any better.
Exactly. Kids are blank slates, which is the fascinating and terrifying and awesome, horrible thing. It's all wrapped into one, right? Because you point out, right? Like I've only wanted kids now, or I've only known I'm going to have kids now, or whatever, for a year, a little bit, a year, right? Yeah, a little bit more than a year since I met Jen on that first date, where she's like, "Oh, I don't want to have 2 kids," and I'm like, "Yep," and I'm like, "Wait, what?" Like on the same day where I'm going to marry her, I'm like, "Oh, wait, I'm like, I can see myself having kids
it's
with
a lot
this."
to take in one day.
I know, right?
I'm gonna marry this girl. I'm gonna have kids.
Yeah. Oh man, this is a dog I'm gonna get after Portillo. I think I left the oven on 5 years from now. No, But it's the thing of once I did that and I started thinking about how great it's going to be to have kids with her, I also start thinking about the kind of parent I'm going to be. And I keep in my head, because I know for a fact it's just because I don't have the experience of, raising a child, obviously. I keep having the rational conversation in my head, right? Of like, what? Stop crying. Like, just because like I've been around my friends back in Missouri who have multiple kids, and it's literally put on your shoes and the kid melts down. And it's like, put on your shoe. We're going to ice cream. Like, just put your shoes on. You know what I mean? Like, I like to think I'm going to do that literally the entire time of like not lose my cool, not get mad or and not play the game. I don't want to play no fucking games with these kids.
Greg Miller don't play no
I don't
games.
play no goddamn games. I want to explain to them what do A to get B. It's simple. Like, don't worry. You know what I mean? Like, because I remember what a shit kid I was. You know what I mean? Of just like, this first story that pops in my head is one I haven't told, but it's when my dad took me to go ice skating or whatever, right? And I wasn't having a good time, and I fucking started crying or whatever. And like, he put me in a car, and he's like, "Well, just watch these other kids. Like, see how he's keeping his legs." And I was like so angry that I watched the condensation come down on the window, and I was like, I made a story in my head that was the Ecto-1 and Ray and Winston or like doing that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, just fucking listen to me about how to ice skate. I'm trying to help you ice skate. And it's the same thing I'm going to tell my fucking kids about school, too. When they're like, oh, it's so tough. And I'm like, no, I'm going to give you the straight shit I wish somebody had given me. Fucking put aside the 30 minutes and read the chapter.
Yeah.
It's the easiest thing in the world they want you to do. But I remember Greg Miller, fucking stupid ass high school kid, was like, I don't read a fucking chapter of this book in honors English. I know there'll be a quiz tomorrow. I don't care. 5 minutes before, try to read the fucking spark notes on it that don't mention what color the ribbon was or whatever. And it's just like,
read the book.
It's so easy. Read the fucking chapter.
Scarlet Letter was a little dull.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. I watched the movie and it didn't go well for me, the test either. But that's the problem is like, and there's something too, we've been talking about this recently with the Kind of Funny Morning Show, that as soon as you make something homework and you have to do it and there's a deadline, it immediately becomes so hard to do. Tim and I love reading comics. Every fucking Tuesday night, we're like, oh, fuck, what was the required reading? Like, I read it Wednesday morning so often. And it's not because I don't want to do it, but when it's like, oh, I download something off Comixology and then read it 2 months later, it's like, oh, no big deal. But suddenly there's an actual timetable to do it. I don't think the rationalization will work, but I'm going to try it.
Everybody does.
How far do you think
I'm from a big family. I'm number 6.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old's the oldest?
Soccer team.
33. So like, but I'm like the closest to me is like 5 years.
Okay.
So like, but all of them have kids, and like all of them try. All of them start out like, oh, I'll be the rational, like, and I'll be like the cool parent, and then like.
Oh, trust me, I'm aware every parent listening to this is laughing hysterically.
Apart. I mean, there's no bigger birth control than being with like I love my nieces, like they're like awesome, but like, man, they're just such a handful. Because like anything, they just come unhinged.
Sure.
Their brains just don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like when I was a kid, I think about what a kid I was, like what a dumb kid I was. I'm like, man, I don't even know how to address some of the like stuff that I like did, like as like a parent, like how to go about that, like cheese on light bulb.
Did your parents see the cheese on light bulb move?
No,
Okay.
and I told my mom that, and she just shook her head.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are just hearing this now, but it's just like
A lot of family being
just shaking their
That's
head.
why it smelled
Makes
like
a lot
that.
of sense.
That's why those ants were always going to that light bulb. We never fucking understood.
But I mean, it was like I was obsessed with like Seinfeld in like 5th grade.
Sure.
And like
Nothing wrong with that.
No, it's weird. It's weird for like a kid of my age to be obsessed with a 90s sitcom.
Oh, okay.
During that
Now I'm
time,
caught
like,
up with you.
it's-
Now I'm
it's
caught up with you.
different.
I was obsessed with
And
the
like-
dictionary. I was an overachiever.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
that's
wow.
one way to do it.
It's-
Cheese on light bulb. Study for your SATs in 4th grade.
But it's like I was like, oh, I always want to decorate my room, and like you know how like they off like
I like where this is
yeah
going.
they like mention like candies in Seinfeld, like the Junior Mints,
Oh,
or,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
just
yeah.
offhandedly. I was like, man, that'd be really cool if like I took candy bar wrappers, like trash, and like hung them on my wall, like
Yeah.
not
Oh,
even
yeah.
like just like pinned on the wall. So like for like 5 years of my life, one wall in my room was just covered in candy bar wrappers.
And these weren't cleaned, right?
No, they were just right there, just pinned right on the wall. And then like when
That
I was a
should
kid,
help the
another
resale
thing with
value of
the
that home.
now that I'm thinking about this, I haven't thought about this in a while. I would kill a spider, and like I hate fucking spiders.
Sure.
Like with all my fucking
Cool
heart.
Greg hates him too.
I would pin the dead corpse on my wall.
As a sign of
As
the
like
others.
a sign to the others.
Sure. See, now that is not weird. My old roommate, Colin, would do that. He'd call me in to kill a spider, and then he'd leave it up as a message to the rest. Yeah. Probably partly for the joke, but also partly to intimidate those spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird fucking
Alright.
kid thing.
Yeah.
How many people
No,
have you
Colin's a
killed?
grown adult.
Yeah. Well, it's also the same thing of just like, I'm watching, like, I was watching, telling you guys in the car that I was watching horror movie, or I was watching trailers on Amazon Instant Video, and watching like the horror movies and stuff. And just like, man, I remember being a kid. Like we were listening to Halloween music this weekend too, and like Thriller was on, and I remember being terrified of the Thriller music video, but wanting to watch it all the time, and be like, how are you? It's the same thing now of like, oh, well, there's no fucking phone videos of these ghosts, so they're not real. Clearly, like, is that gonna cut mustard with my dumb kid? When I'm like, there's no monster in your closet, there's this. And also, will they be dumb enough that they'll think a Ghostbusters poster will protect them like I did? Because I had the real Ghostbusters sign in my room that said, this room's protected by the real Ghostbusters. And I was like, I took that shit to heart. No ghost's going to come here and fuck with me. They know I'm not afraid of them. They know I got Ghostbusters backing me.
So interesting. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, right. No, I'm just surprised there.
What do you want? You want kids snow bike?
I'm definitely looking to get some kids. Mike Jr., Michelle Jr., we're going to go right down the line. There's going to be a lot of Michaels and Michelles, Michaelas. But, when I think back of dumb kid stories, you guys make me feel confident to tell these stories because you guys
You're in a safe place.
had some dumb
You
stories.
got some best friends watching. Don't worry.
So I have two good stories. I'll try to keep it short. First one.
That's not how this podcast works.
Yeah, it's going to go long. First one would be just an odd one that I think back to myself. Whenever we would have company over, somehow little Mike Howard would find his way into his own bedroom, get into the corner of his closet, and just pee. And I did this multiple times.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, now I look back, I'm like, no, what the hell was that kid doing? You know what I mean? Can't be peeing in the closet. And so, I would pee in the closet on the regular. Now, this is a little bit further down the
Did
line.
the parents ever figure this out?
Yes, mom and dad would look at me and be like, what the hell? And just kind of hit me.
Mom
in
and
the back.
dad, I peed the closet.
I would just pee out the window. I would take the screen out and I would just
Sure.
pee out the window.
Sure.
No one ever
What's
found
wrong
out.
with the toilet?
You know how it
All
is.
three of you.
We're in a safe
I got
space.
video games playing, man.
Yeah. It's also you're just a kid. Like, what? How does any of this work? And then of like breaking what is clearly an established norm, a rule of society. You're like, yeah. Well, what does happen if I do this? You know what I mean? Like, was it you ever pee in the yard?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like that was always a big
still
deal
do
of
that.
like you're out there like you're barbecuing or whatever, and your dad's like, "Hey, pee on the tree or whatever." Like, oh my god, this
Apparently
is
the
cool.
black guy is the outlier in this whole
Well, this is like the stupid ass in Midwest.
I was in the Midwest.
Oh, okay. Oh, where were you?
Minneapolis.
Oh, well, see, up in this is totally an Illinois thing. You
Oh,
wouldn't know
okay.
anything.
In
little
Illinois.
No, you're out there in the wild. You know what I mean? It's like camping. What else?
The final one, when I think of dumb kid stories and just trying to be rational with them, hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
So, please don't be offended. Don't get mad at me. This is safe place. I love what I'm going to say. I want to help the people that I hurt. But back in 6th grade, my parents used to leave me and two of my best friends at the local YMCA. Now,
No good
this
can
was
come
just
from
like-
this.
No, you do not want to leave your kids
You want to talk about
unattended.
dumb kids?
Exactly.
This is the worst.
So now, bang, here we are each and every day. We're pestering the people at Whole Foods, at Target, doing dumb stuff. So now we've created our own water balloons off of little sauce cups with lids, right? And we're throwing them at each other, having a hell of a time. Well, one day we came across a sleeping homeless person.
Oh no.
And this became, hey, who can hit this guy with a water balloon?
Sure.
And so now, little
Which is really a
Mike-
water
Kids
container.
are so
with some water in it. So now, little Mike was very afraid of all things, right? So let me give you a little setup. It's a giant alleyway, probably 100 yards. My friends would throw him. Mike is already at Whole Foods running for his dear life, hoping that he wasn't going to get caught. Enough chickens come in. Oh, Mike, you're so chicken. You're such a baby.
Yeah.
I said, hold up, boys. I have the best arm out here. Watch what I'm about to do.
Damn.
Handed it to me. Cocked it back. 6th grade Mike proceeds to throw the Tim Tebow pass with his left hand 50 yards. What happens first thing? Bang. The homeless man is hit in the forehead with my water balloon. First thing he does,
Quick pause.
gets up,
Quick pause.
looks around. Tell me.
Has Tim Tebow ever thrown a 50-yard?
In practice. In practice.
Yes.
5-yard shovel pass. Just 5-yard shovel pass.
So
All right,
now I'm
continue.
running, right? He goes back to sleep. Everybody's like, okay, well, cool, Mike. I'm like, thank God, let's stop right now. Chris Meartons, I'll never forget, biggest smile on his face. He goes, one more, Mike. So I crank it.
Oh my God, you!
And I whip it, right?
fuck.
It bounces. Now it splashes all over his face. Guess what? The homeless gentleman
Has a knife.
was up and he was moving, right?
And he was a former NCAA track star, undercover as a homeless man.
Now, when we get into the thick of the story, we have now run to Whole Foods. I am in their little local eatery area where you
Sure.
can hang out, and I see my friends through the window. The hobo is coming. The hobo is coming. They're screaming. I'm thinking
Yeah,
to
yeah.
myself, oh, it's going down for real, folks.
Yeah.
They get inside. I go, team, I got to use the restroom. I am scared. So I go into the
Is there a
bathroom.
closet in this Whole Foods for Snowbike
I
Mike?
need to pee in this closet. So now I'm in the bathroom doing my thing, little 6th grade Mike, and all I hear is this. Let me in, Mike. I'm like, hey, I got to do my thing, but okay. So I waddle up to the door, let in my friend Chris Mertens. I'm like, what's up, Chris? Like, let me finish what's up. Mind you, I'm not this calm. He's like, the homeless man is here. He's trying to kill us. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Let me finish.
I like to imagine you were this calm. Pants around your ankles.
Okay,
You've pinched off this turd. You're like, hey.
Let
So
me
I
wipe
said, let
at
me
least
finish
twice.
my business. So we waited a moment, and all we hear is another knock. And I look at Chris. I'm like, it's been a minute.
Oh, God.
Maybe
This
it's
is the-
nobody.
this is the kid
So
thing.
I said, Chris, why don't you crank that door handle just a moment? Let's see what it is. No sooner than you hear that lock detach, bang,
Boom.
the door is wide open. And there he is, holding on to Chris Mertens by the neck. And there I am, backed up into the corner next to the toilet, right? Picture the scene. Whole Foods bathroom, the three of us, and there's a beautiful girl just like Joey Noel standing outside the door waiting for the women's room. Now you think she might stand up and help these two youngsters, but she doesn't. So now all
like
She's
you
like,
Noel.
so the door is slowly closing. She's like, you made your own bet on this one. I saw you.
So now the homeless man has got Chris Mertens by the neck, right? He's like, did you motherfuckers throw those water balloons at me? And we're doing this. No, sir, no, it wasn't us. I promise it was our friends. They ran the car toys. You tell those motherfuckers that if they throw water balloons at me again, I will drown their head in the effing toilet. So now he's got Chris Mertens' head. Oh,
No!
I have just pooped in it, and they're still pooping it. I had not flushed yet. So he has got Chris Mertens. The girl, there's Joey Noel. I am going
Why, the door is still open?
Hightailed
your
it out of there
friends.
a long ass time ago.
She was gone.
I'm going to
She was
drown
not
your
there for
friends
that.
in the effing toilet if they ever do this again. And I look at Chris Mertens. We run. We're out of there, right? So moral of the story, don't treat people poorly. Don't upset the homeless people because that's not nice. And kids are just plain stupid.
Yeah, we all have those stories, right? Where we're just stupid ass kids. The one I think of, I don't think I've told in the show, but I've mentioned it before. Amboy, Illinois, Jellystone National Park, one of the Yogi Bear campsites we used to go to or whatever. And we went there, me and my two other friends, Mike and Eric, and my parents took us in the RV. And it's like so long and such a weird story that doesn't really have anything to do, but it's just you're an unbalanced, stupid kid. Is that we had gone to, there was this little arcade next to like the, ranger station, but it's just like a convenience store or whatever. And we were playing in there, and there was these older kids who would come in and were kind of bullying us or whatever. And so we had gone over to the other side, and then they came over too, and they weren't like hounding us. It's just we kept running into each other because what the fuck are you gonna do at the Jellystone National Park, fucking touristy camp place? And we went outside, and we had water guns, and I think they might have like taken our water guns from us and just like fucking soaked us. I'm like, you know what I mean? But it was this thing where I took it so seriously that we had like our space invaded. And it's like, it is this, because I remember it being daytime when the confrontation happened, and I don't remember the confrontation anymore, but I remember like going down to the river or whatever, and we're catching tadpole, and like seething still about it, and like psyching myself up that this was such a big fucking deal. And my friends were like, it's not really that big of a deal. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, it's a big deal. And like, we came back and it was nighttime now, towards the ranger station, and the people were there, and I picked up this like giant stick, like this giant like log or driftwood that I wasn't gonna hit this kid with, obviously. I'm not a fucking psychopath. But I walked up trying to scare him, and he was like sitting on a bench, and he wasn't intimidated by me at all. And I hit the bench with the thing, and he didn't flinch or move or anything. And I was like,
I've seen your kid pictures.
I've
Nobody
played my cards, I guess, and put it down. And like eventually, like we walked away, and then the real ranger came over and was like, these people hit him with a stick, and I'm like, no, that's not what happened. But it was like, what the hell was? And it was like, it was so nonsensical. But of course we were in trouble that night of like, why are you hitting what are you fucking doing, you crazy people? That it was so nonsensical though, and I feel bad about this, and I've never told her. So nonsensical that I then was, that was on a Saturday night, we'll say. Then cut to Monday and I'm at Grandma Miller's house. No raccoons today, I don't think. But mom's at work, and mom called me from work and was like, hey, just so you know, you could tell me, like, did any of those people touch you guys? And I'm like, what? No, they pinned us down with water guns. But like looking back, you're like, my mother for 48 hours is like, what would drive my son to pick up driftwood and slam it into a bench? And at some point at work, somebody's like, that kid, they molested them. You know what I mean? And like mom's like, oh my God, did I play this all wrong? And she hits me up and I'm like, no, I'm just a fucking idiot kid. I'm a fucking moron. I don't know what I'm doing. Stupid idiot kids.
Your mom just has an epiphany.
Yeah, that was like when she turned the corner. I was like, God, my son's stupid. What about you? You got some stuff
So
from?
you said kids. You said
No,
kids.
I don't want kids.
No kids.
No.
That'll change.
No.
Mike Jr., Michaela.
And I don't mean to be that guy.
I'm not a coward. I don't back down.
You'll see, Cheeks. They all. I remember watching The Family Man. I'm never doing this.
You said kids. Fuck kids. First of all,
what's
I
up
don't
with
want
that?
to. Yeah. We
They're
got
five.
it. We got it. That's good.
Cool Greg gave you a point too. Cool Greg's all about that fuck kids
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Fuck kids, mainly because I know my family's genetics. So basically everyone except for me and my brother are kind of violent
Okay.
and also a little destructive, just like self-destructive and everything. But
Sure.
like even as a kid though, I was an asshole. So up until like maybe like 7 or 8, I was basically like just trying to find new ways to fuck shit up. So
Sure.
me and my brother, we're about what, a year and 10 months apart. And so we would always try to just figure out like, well, we saw something cool on TV. And like we were really into like martial arts. So like we would just like make like makeshift weapons and just like either like we'd injure ourselves. Like my brother hit me in the face with a metal pipe once.
Jesus.
Or we would be like trying to like jump off of things to do like flying kicks. So like when
Yeah.
Power Rangers first came out, I did like a flying kick over my mom's like coffee table. Didn't quite clear it and slammed right through it. Glass table. Shattered the glass. And almost burned the house down.
Okay.
Kicked my brother through a window. Nearly killed my cousins, multiple. And I don't think my temperament can handle that. Like if I come home and like 8 windows are gone, or like I'm on the roof or something, or like my kid's on the roof or something like that. So I don't think I would handle it. Plus I'm selfish.
What were your parents like? Because that's the other thing. I was watching, I don't know, fail videos or some kind of compilation thing, right? Or like on Reddit. And it was like, these little girls are jumping on the bed and they knock over a lamp and they freak out. And it's like, I'd come home and be like, oh, you knocked over a lamp. Don't jump on the bed. Anyways, back to what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, but I feel like if your parents were going to freak out about it.
So I said I grew up in Minneapolis, Minnesota for most of my life, but I was born in Natchez, Mississippi.
Okay.
And that's where my pretty much whole family is. So they're all like deep Southern people. And so
food.
Very good food. Why? Look, Team Fat. But like they do not like they did not and do not conform to like the PC parenting norms. Like,
Okay.
you give your kids a talking to and
Sure.
stuff like that. No, they're loud. They curse a lot, and actually that's where I got it from. And they, they were like the hitting to teach you. So like every time, like if I got kicked out of the school, like preschool, because for some reason I used to wear like cowboy boots. I used to kick people a lot. I don't know why.
That's what you do with cowboy
Yes,
boots.
that is what you do.
You're
That's what I
you're
thought.
shit-kicking
You
boots.
have a point.
I'm going to use it.
Yeah, I use it. Putting it to use. Utilities.
Yeah.
And so like they was just like fuck. Now she's just yelling and yelling and yelling as I'm like going home, or like I'll just get whooped, or maybe I get like double whooped. So like wait till your dad gets home, he'll whoop him too. And then like, so they didn't quite handle it the best, but in hindsight, I kind of see where they were coming from, because like we were like we
Hellraisers.
did not. We were fucking shit up.
Yeah.
And like every other day, like we had to get like threatened to this, like just don't do this, please. And like eventually we learned, but like it was like a good 12 years before we even got it. So I'm not ever going through that. I got 3 nieces.
You scared yourself straight. You're like, I'm never doing that.
I got 3 nieces. And I got another one on the way. My sister is having one in a few weeks, actually.
Yeah.
And like one of my nieces, she's like basically talks like a 25-year-old, but she's 7. or 8 now. And
I think I've seen her on YouTube.
Yeah, probably. And like, I just don't want the sass either. Like,
Yeah.
And my family we have an issue with authority usually. So like, I always question authority. My parents always question authority. My nieces always question authority. So like, I just know that I'm not going to be able to handle it. I know me.
Yeah.
And I know I can't do it. So, and I
Okay.
like stuff. So
The stuff is a big thing. You know what I mean? Of like,
That's a
how
lot
you
of
going to balance
sacrifices,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't do it.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Fuck
so
kids.
I mean, yeah, it's just that's why I don't want it. They just don't think correctly. But like,
But you eventually cross the threshold where you can play games with them and hang out and take them to cool shit.
why do you want to play games with
Bail
them?
them out of
That's just
jail?
more. Have you ever tried to play a game with like an 8-year-old?
No, not. I mean, they're crossing the line where they're cool.
kids.
Yeah,
Dumb kid-
you're gonna have
dumb
kids
Dumb
too.
kids. That's right.
You're, come talk on the microphone.
Just real quick, I just want to say, dumb kids are dumb kids.
Yeah, dumb kids are dumb kids.
I have nothing else to add, but dumb kids are dumb kids. Can I talk to you for 2 minutes over there? Let's just let them go crazy. They can have their own show.
Get out of here.
Don't switch
We're not
topics.
gonna-
It's inappropriate.
We're not
Take
going to
it away,
switch
Mike.
topics because I actually want to
Mike.
bring something up that I see over there. Tell me, A-Rod, what you got before I get in
take
there.
it away.
Okay, so, we're talking about dumb kid stories. I got 2 quick ones for you. You can be a dumb kid even into your teenage years, all right? Let me
Very
paint a
true.
picture
Agreed.
for you.
Or 30s.
Snowbike Mike loved smoking the Mary Jane, all right? But never liked to have mom and dad ever find out about it, so I
course,
kept all of
naturally.
it in my car.
Oh, nice.
Now, you know what happens when you turn 16? Mom and dad, they might give you a car, but sometimes they want to use it. Sometimes they think,
Oh,
hey, that's
God.
not your car, young Michael. Well, I would always keep all the windows up, everything locked up. One morning, my dad wakes me up. It's like 2 a.m. Mike, your car horn is going off. Give me the keys. Let me turn it off. No, Big Mike, I got this. Immediately jump up butt naked because I did not want Big
Just
Mike
give
to
me the
find my
keys.
stash.
Oh, no.
Ran down the stairs like this. Just, oh my God. Alarm is going off. I'm ripping things out. Big Mike's looking at me butt naked like, come on, boy, figure your life out. And I'm like,
Try to keep up with
please
this
don't
story.
give
I was
me
gonna
the
say that
keys.
sounded like a good one.
But now that Greg is here, I have one more. Looking at that WWF No Mercy.
There it is.
When we think of kids in my childhood, my little brother and I grew up with the N64 and wrestling games like this. And I will never forget the rage that we had whenever each one of us would lose or somebody would cheat
Yeah.
and just punch you over and over again. So Jackson figured out that he could just punch me himself. One day we're playing it, I'm undertaking him, I'm killing him, right? He takes the N64 cord, he starts whipping me with
Jesus.
it. He's got me
Jesus.
strangled. So, have you ever had any of those rage out moments with WWF games like that?
The closest I would have, well, I guess there's a few. But I remember distinctly once my mom was doing laundry and I was in the basement playing games and like she was getting stuff and something happened in the game. I was like, damn it. Or like, and she's like, what was that? I'm like, nothing. Not that at all. Yeah. She was like, damn right, nothing. And kept walking on. And the one I think of though is in college, in freshman year, so 2001, 2002, in the dorm I went to Mizzou, I knew nobody. And that first week of class, I shut the dorm room door and started walking down the hall and I stopped. Because I heard PlayStation 1, SmackDown 2 noises. Like I heard the menu. And so I ran room to room trying to find it. And I finally threw open this door and it was my soon-to-be friend John. I'm like, you like wrestling? I like wrestling. Do you watch Raw? We should watch Raw. He's like, all right. And I had blue hair at the time, mind you. Blue hair and this shirt.
He's on coke.
Exactly. He's like, all right, fine. And so we played nonstop with that. And he had this character. He had his creative character. I had my creative character. His character was Johnny Circumstance, right? Who, I'm trying to think of what. He was
Missed opportunity.
He was a high
Could
flyer.
have been Johnny circumcised.
No, that's gross.
Fantastic.
This is funny. He was serious about this character. He tried to make it look like him. The character had a way bigger afro than he ever did. But anyways, I digress. But he did all these fucking crazy, stupid high flying moves. And in SmackDown 2, that would fill your meter so quickly. So he was always doing the shit and landing it and then doing his finishers. And so we were playing this game, and it was PlayStation 2 PlayStation 1. Right, I hadn't the PlayStation 2 yet. And we're sitting there playing it, and he kept doing this shit. And I had a bad day or whatever, class 2, and I was like, fucking goddamn it. I'm sitting on the floor, and I slammed my controller down on the ground, and it split the base of the DualShock over here. So, like, the rumbler was exposed and all this shit. And I went on to win the match. But I was still pretty pissed that I was fucking all this damn high-flying bullshit garbage going on. But no, I never had little brothers, or I didn't have any siblings, so I never got into the, I'm going to whip you, I'm going to beat you up here or whatever.
Oh, it happened a lot.
Man, me and my brother, we had like wars because one, we shared a room like all through our childhood, and like at some points, like we were like exactly alike. So like if we tick each other off, we know just the way to just really piss each other off, and we would just fight and fight and fight. Typically, neither of us would win because at that point, either one of my parents would just come in and just kick both our asses. Yeah. But like up until then, like we're breaking shit. Like we've broken beds, we've broken TVs, we've broken dressers, like windows, all that fun shit. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine. You know what I mean?
Digress.
And that was the thing is like I had cousins who were close in age that we'd go over to their house and they were holy terrors. And they like fucking into shit and all this other crap and like they'd fight like that or whatever. But then it was like, all right, just bounce out, see you later. You know what I mean? Like I love my life. Yeah, and it was the same thing. In high school, one of our guys, Mike, had a little brother. And like he was still like I don't know why I pointed at you like Mike's brother.
Mike, yeah.
But you're talking about age differences. I want to say maybe he was 6 or 7 or whatever when we're like freshman year of high school or whatever. So like it would be that thing where he'd want to hang out with us so desperately, and we'd be like, all right, and then we just do wrestling moves to him nonstop, like just fucking power bombs on beds and stuff. And it was always the thing is he'd be having a great time until Mike wanted to go a little too hard. You know what I mean? And then he's bawling, and it's like, don't tell mom or whatever. Or he'd like power bomb, and he'd bounce off the bed onto the floor and shit. And it's just like these are the things you can't leave any of these people unsupervised. Yeah. All the dumb shit me and my stupid friends got into during summers. It's like, well, go out there and do it. And soon enough, you're in the fucking back of a forest preserve. Nobody knows what the hell's going on.
Yeah, funny you should say cousins, because since my mom comes from a family of 8 and my dad comes from a family of 8, we had a shit ton of cousins.
Sure.
And we used to have like mass brawls. Like at like
it's like gang warfare.
Yeah, gang warfare with like me and my brother, and then like 2 of my other cousins, and like a few other mothers, and then like we would have like little wars around the neighborhood, and then like we just fight and get all dirty and filthy. Yeah. Also, another thing that we did was, so me and my brother, we would just like practice karate for like no reason. Sure. Like we'd watch the next Jackie Chan movie and we're like, let's do all of that shit. Yeah. Or Ninja Turtles, and then we just start fighting and stuff. And my sister, being the youngest, or my youngest sister, she would, I want to play too, because she was just bored. And we're like, are you sure? Because you're going to tell, aren't you? She's like, no. And immediately, first and last time she ever tried to participate, my brother just sidekicks her into a closet. And then she runs and tells the parents, or my mom, and then she's like, and then my mom was just like, well, just don't go down there. Yeah. Like, you know what they're doing. They're fighting.
Yeah, no.
Well, before we move on, I got 2 seminal Mike Doe stories.
This is what I want to hear. Some Mike Doe stories.
All right. Well, one of them was, in middle school, I was a bit of a pyromaniac. I really liked fire.
Yeah. Fire.
And me and my friend Matt would always light shit on fire. Sure. So one time, we would film it on our Razor. Our Verizon Razor.
Oh, your Motorola Razor phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, you're young.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. And so one time I was like, oh, this would be like, let's light gasoline on fire. Like that's a good idea. Yeah, this is a good thing that like normal people do. So we got a can of like Coke, and we lit the gasoline, put gasoline in it, lit it on fire, and I was like, oh, to put out the fire, I'll just get a bucket of water, and I'll just drop the can of Coke in the water.
Oh, wow.
It'll be fine. Put it right out.
Oh, wow.
And it got hot, and I dropped the can of Coke. I was like, okay, that's done with. Gasoline lights water on fire.
Yeah.
And it was in a plastic bucket. And so the plastic bucket started melting. So it was slow. It was like we had to like get dirt to like try to put it out. And
Is this in a yard?
Melting. Yeah. Okay. It was right below our deck. It was like the deck.
Jesus
it was
God,
like the
Mike.
gas fire. And we were trying to throw like dirt on it because we had it's time constraint because the bucket was melting slowly. So it got to the point starts spilling over, and then like the whole deck's on fire, and then we're fucked. We got it out in time.
Nice.
But it was a lot of
happy ending.
I feel like the fire thing's a normal kid thing. Yeah. Right? You're always fascinated by fire. Like it's just
me and my brother used to light paper on fire. Yeah. And then we also tried to like smoke cigarettes, but we didn't know that you had to inhale, so we were just lighting it.
We're doing it. We're old school kids.
Yeah. I just remember like the heart racing, me like, fuck, put the shit out. We're gonna burn down the whole house.
Yeah.
And like,
similar. I want to hear your second one too.
Well,
no, go ahead. What do you?
Well, and then the second one was just like me and my best friend at the time. We were really into the same girl.
Yeah, you were.
It was the same girl. And we're like, man, like we were like plotting, like, man, how can we get like her attention? Like,
Yeah.
we're
The
just
biggest
dumb nerdy
fire.
kids.
Yeah. Hey, you remember that? You remember that time we had that plastic bucket and a cocaine full of gasoline? That would work. Go to her deck.
So we were like, man, what, like we just need to get her to notice her. So I like came up with this brilliant idea. I was like, look, Harrison's like a little weirder than us. I bet you we can talk him in to like just following her around all day, but just like not saying anything to her. So this is like middle school. This is like a plan I thought worked. And then eventually like come in and like, hey, like stop following her. Like
Nice.
blah, blah, blah.
Back to the Future move. Yeah, okay.
That part
Save
never
her
came
from a
in.
stalker.
So like for a full day, this
plan.
kid.
Did you just forget about it?
Yeah. And this kid just followed like
like in
this
the
girl that we
bushes.
like were like in love with. Like we were like in love with her around like the whole day. Didn't say anything, just like hands in the pocket, just like kind of like 10 feet away from her, and like wherever she goes, just go. And like
Did she notice?
I never talk. I want to talk to like I want to like hit her up and
Put
be
her
like,
on a podcast,
Do you
yeah.
remember this? Because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this is the thing. Because it
Turns
was
out she's like changed her name,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
all
it's
this stuff.
like
She's like, I'll never be
therapist and
found by this kid.
everything.
Oh, he's still
You
behind
still
me.
haven't told Harrison that it's a joke. Like he's been doing it for 30 years.
it happened at like that, like in the morning we came up with the idea. And
Yeah.
then, so it happened. And then at lunch we're like, is Harrison still doing that? Like, oh yeah, we should probably do something about that. And then like at the end of the day, we like completely forgot about it, and we were getting on the bus, and there's Harrison just following her onto the bus.
And did you make your move?
No, it was too late. It was the end of the day, and then the next
It was
day,
the end
didn't
of the
happen.
day. Time
So it
limit
was
is
just
up.
like that happened for a day.
Gotcha.
Like that was just something that happened for the day.
All right.
Dumb junior high story, and I can't remember if we ever told it on this story, but it shows like just the no cognitive reasoning ability of a child or a 10-year-old or whatever. Yeah, in the way that we were at this is a different Mike. We were at his house, and his parents in Illinois, fireworks are illegal, but 4th of July had come and gone, and they had brought back a bunch of fireworks from Indiana or whatever, and they had all these fireworks, and we were like, fuck, we should set it was a sleepover. We should set those off tonight. And he was like, yeah, we should. And so we set, like, we didn't, how these sleepovers, you just don't sleep, which is another dumb fucking move. But like 3 a.m, we were like, all right, let's go off and set all these fireworks off in this neighborhood, a suburb of Chicago. Like, it's not in the middle of nowhere at all. It's like houses are not right next to each other like San Francisco, but like next to
Close
each other.
enough.
So we got a PVC pipe, and we're out there firing bottle rockets off and these things and the spinners and all this shit.
love bottle
And like we're doing this forever and ever and ever. And finally, our other friend Eric was like, now you know what we should do. I gotta poop. I'll go poop in a bag. We'll light that on fire and like have somebody stomp it up. And we're like, all right,
Classic
yeah.
TV
Yeah,
mode.
exactly. It's totally a Happy Gilmore thing. Like, all right, cool, yeah. Or not. It wasn't Happy Gilmore. Don't put it out with your boots. No, Billy Madison. Don't listen to me, devil woman. So we were like, all right, cool. And he went off to do that. And it was me, Mike, and I believe somebody else. And we were sitting in a neighbor's yard. Just sitting in their yard,
God, no.
just chilling out, just bullshitting around, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, like, poof, the mag light came on Mike. And it was an adult. He's like, what are you fucking doing in my yard? And he was like, the fireworks had woken him up, of course. Us morons sitting in his yard. And it was like, it's summertime. I'm sure his windows were open.
Yeah.
And like, none of these possible, hey, this could be a problem. Like this, we all thought we were just fucking around, and like there was like no way anybody's getting in trouble for any of this shit.
No.
And he had the flashlight. Oh, he had a flashlight on the other guy, maybe me. And then Mike was like, "I'm sorry," and the guy got so spooked. Like if the guy had a gun, he would have shot.
Oh, damn.
And he turned this way because like he didn't even see the third kid in the grass. And so he's like, "Get the hell out of here!" Like got out, like walked in, and we came up to this kid with a poop bag. Like, "Yo, just keep going. Stop. Just go away. It's over. Joke's over."
Oh,
Kids
that's
are super
that's
stupid.
So dumb.
Yeah.
But I hope by telling them my stupid stories, I'll be able to keep my kids from being stupid. Because it'll,
Well, you just look forward to their stupid stories. It's
sure.
gonna be a beautiful
But
cycle.
that's always a fun thing
As
of
long as
telling
they're
your
alive.
parents the fun, stupid stories that they don't know about.
Oh,
When
yeah.
like the statute of limitations on getting in trouble is way over with.
Yeah, it's always heartbreaking. It's just the disappointment.
How many
It's like,
times we
no,
almost died?
how did I
Yeah.
miss this? Like,
Yeah. Wait, you were driving the Ford Taurus how fast through the neighborhood?
Exactly.
Spun
Idiots.
how many times?
Exactly. You know the story. Snowbike Mike, what do you got?
All right, guys. Well, I have a fun one sticking with this. I've been reading Bleacher Report, of course, keeping up with my sports news. And they had a great article recently about people sneaking into sporting events, entertainment events, anything. So they chronicalized 3 guys' stories. One guy sneaking into Game 7 of the Warriors, Cleveland Cavaliers,
Okay.
here in Oakland. Beautiful story, very cool. He made his own media badge, walked right in.
Yeah.
Second guy bought a $4,000 ticket for the Conor McGregor fight, somehow made his way into the front row with LeBron James and stuff.
Wow.
Good for him. Final one was just a guy sneaking into the Yankee Stadium to watch a game. So it got me thinking, man, that's so cool, making press passes, acting with confidence like you own the place and walking in. And it got me thinking, you know, I've done a couple of those before, so I wanted to ask you guys before I start telling tales, have you snuck into any sporting events or entertainment concerts maybe that you had a good story from?
I love you guys. I'm leaving.
Bye, Sam. Love you.
Bye.
Bye, Tim.
Man. See, that you hit the nail on the head with the first part of it where you're saying coming in with confidence.
Yes.
Bye. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Love you.
Go get Mike.
Exactly. And it happens for me all the time at Comic-Con. Not so much, I guess, nowadays, but back in the mid-tier days, right, when I was like still wanting to go to every party, but not having invites to any of them or whatever, where I was like, now I just want to go to bed when I'm at Comic-Con. But like then it would just be the thing of showing up and like I would always tell people who'd be walking with me, I'm like, because like, it's always somebody new. Like when we'd first start going to stuff, it would be Tim or Kevin who would fuck it up, right? Where they'd be like, somebody would ask them a question, and be like, where are you going? What are you doing? Like, oh, I thought, and I'm like, no. You say, I'm going to this to do this. I need to go. Excuse me. And that's what I do at Comic-Con all the time when event staff tries to stop you or whatever, because they're not there to make, no one wants to be a hero.
It's cheap shooter.
Exactly. I'm like, I have to do this.
Get some money.
Have to fucking go over here and I'm hosting this panel. That's the other thing too. Panel doors always like, oh yeah, well I'm here as media or I'm on this panel or whatever. People are like, oh, just come on in. You know what I mean? You just say the right thing, you can get in. I don't think I've ever done it where I've never had a ticket or anything like that. That's crazy. I give mad props to that.
Some mad Photoshop skills,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
which I don't have.
No.
I've never done it, but my uncle has.
Yeah.
So I can't remember what award show it was. It might have been like, I don't know. It wasn't like the Emmys or anything. It might have been like the VMAs or something like that. But essentially his plan was he was just going to look as important as possible. And instead of like trying to sneak through like a side, go through the red carpet.
Yeah.
And his only plan was he's going to wear the nicest suit he has. He's going to look very busy on a cell phone.
Yep.
And he's just going to walk through. Like he just doesn't have time for anybody's bullshit. He's got to be in there and he's just got a lot of shit to do that day.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Hell yeah.
Only other thing that I can think of is, I don't know, maybe sneaking into like, the Mall of America. So like when you're underage, you have like a curfew and you just get kicked out. But the Mall of America is so fucking big. They don't pay enough security people to like, one, monitor all of the entrances.
Sure.
And also to even give a fuck if you like run away from them. So like sometimes we'll get caught and then they'll just escort us out and we'll just go right back in.
Yeah.
Or we'll just start like just paying the most fun was we would play like hide and seek with the security guards. They don't know they're playing hide and seek,
Sure.
but we do. So we would go in, we would hide in like Macy's, and they'll see us, and we'll just run out, and then we'll go to like the food court, or in the middle of the Mall of America, there's an amusement park, and we'll just slide in there, and we're lost to the sea because like there's just a bunch of kids and family members, so like we're in there. But that's like the only thing. I didn't really seeing like a legit security guard, and you got to like see like how am I gonna like scope this out, like Metal Gear Solid style. I'm not down for that shit. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I know I have something similar to this with a bouncer, but it's one of those stories I haven't talked about in years and years and years. So I got to think on it. What are yours?
We'll click back on. Let me paint you a couple pictures here. So, you know, growing up in beautiful Lake Tahoe for most of my adult life, we've had one big concert venue. That is Mont Bleu Casino Resort. Shout out to them for bringing all those concerts to us.
Sponsorship.
But what they had was a tiered concert venue. So at the beginning of the first couple years, it was mayhem. You'd go wherever tier you want. You'd be popping it, having fun, right? Well, they caught wise, and they were like, you know what? The first people who get in, they can have the bottom mosh pit area next to the concert, and then we'll go up from there and limit people going in. Well, they started an uproar from us youngsters out there that you can't hold me back from the mosh pit. So we'd always jump over each tier, and then you'd go to the next tier and jump over that railing. You'd be grabbing girls in dresses like, I got you, babe, and then you throw her on the ground. I'm like,
Jesus.
don't worry about it. You know?
All right.
Suplex.
So each time we would jump the tiers, and eventually they caught wise to that. So here we are The biggest night, biggest concert I've ever been to in Lake Tahoe. Bass Nectar is set to go womp womp for 2 nights in a row.
I didn't understand most of those words.
Yeah, womp womp out
Bass
there.
Nectar,
I know y'all
womp
that.
womp.
So
over 30,
I
so
look
we
at my
just
boy and I'm
lost
like,
it all.
yo, we're getting tickets to this event. We're going for it. He looked at me, he's like, Mike, that sounds dope. Let's make it happen. So I buy 2 tickets off a buddy of mine. We show up night of. Now there's some rumors going on. Oh, man, did you hear about that kid with the fake tickets? Oh, did you buy any of those fake tickets? Oh, man, did you see his backpack full of money? I'm like, man, I don't know anything about fake tickets. Me and my boy are going in, right? We wait in the line. We meet the security guard there. He looks at us without a blink of an eye. Oh, these tickets are fake. You got to go up there. I'm like, God damn it, fool. This is the biggest concert. These are for real. So we go up to the ticket office.
These are printed on crackers.
I'm looking at my boy PJ. I'm like, man, this is going to suck, PJ. I'm sorry I ruined this. He's like, it's all right, Mike. Let's see what they say. We walk up. There's a kid just like Cheeks Jr. next to me. And next to him is this beautiful blonde woman. And guess who's next to her? Chuckman, the Iceman Liddell.
Okay,
Chuck Liddell's
okay.
there. And he has got this small Asian ticket boy by the neck yelling, we're getting in this concert, me and my girl. And these kids, they're with me. And I look at the Iceman, I'm like, let's do it, Chuck. He's got him by the hand, and this guy's now taking us to the backstage. There's Bass Nectar. We're dapping. I'm looking at PJ like, it's going down. Chuck Liddell gives us one look. He goes, have fun, boys. This one's on me.
Wow.
Find the Iceman. We now are out there. We're womping. We're having a good time. And there it is.
Dictionary.
It's the end of the concert. Bass Nectar likes to take the big shot of, hey, we're all here. And then he goes down the line. I'm like, I'm about to womp womp with Bass Nectar. Watch this. He comes up. He wanted just to do a high five. Not Snowbike Mike fashion. I got him in a headlock just like this. Take a photo of us. Everybody's taking photos. He's looking at me like, don't ever do that again, man. I had a long night. I'm like, you did great.
Jeez.
So we used to abuse Port Blue and their security staff and event staff. Shout out to them. And you want to know the full circle thing about it?
Yeah.
My new boss is the entertainment director of Mont Bleu. So I would tell him all these stories. He'd be laughing, telling me stories on the opposite side. Oh, it's been great.
That's what I like to
crazy.
hear.
That's a good
the
fucking story.
Yeah, you've lived life.
I
I think the closest, like, I think I've done it where, I had tickets for WWE or whatever, and it would be talk my way a little bit closer. You know what I mean? Get down there, and I want to say we've gotten into skyboxes for other stuff where we're not supposed to be. Okay. You know what I mean? Like press kind of pass kind of shit where you're just like, oh no, totally, I'm supposed to be there. And then people start looking, you're like, all right, let's go. I gotta get out of here. But I'm not I'm not going crazy like that getting in there. Fucking meeting Chuck Liddell.
Hey, the Iceman saved my day right there.
That's awesome. Have you seen him since? Have you talked to him since?
I've not seen the Iceman. If I do, I owe him a drink. But I will tell you this. They caught the young man with the backpack and the fake tickets in the parking lot for the next night.
Nice.
You think he made X amount of dollars, sold all these fake tickets night one. You think he wouldn't show his face.
Dip.
There he is, night two, backpack full of cash. This cash falling out of the back of it.
Damn.
And they got this kid in the headlock. Oh, man, it was a great thing to see.
Do you still like going to live events?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I love going to live events. Yeah.
We just did 2 weeks ago now, Monday Night Raw. We all went to. And man, did I not! Once I'm there, I'm fine. But I am the kind of person that gets ratcheted up. Like I filmed a thing for this documentary beforehand, and then it was one of those where I wasn't lead on this event. You know what I mean? This was a Kevin and Cool Greg joint that I was just like into, and they had been in San Jose all day. They went down at ridiculous hour to meet
Yes.
Sasha Banks and get an autograph, and then rather than come back, because San Jose is 45 to an hour away depending on traffic, they were like, we're just gonna stay down here all day and bum around until the show. And I was like, okay. And being a Midwestern boy, I'm like, well, Monday Night Raw comes on at 8 o'clock or whatever. I got plenty of fucking time.
Oh wait, it's actually 6.
I'll do all this stuff, but now it's a 3-hour long show, so it's
shit,
actually
that's right,
7 o'clock where we're from. But here, finally, I had this whole day booked, and it was supposed to end at 4 for me. And Cool Greg finally texted, like, all right, man, so tickets are at will call in your name. The doors are at 3:30, pre-shows at 4:30, the curtains it starts at 5. And I was like, well, fuck, dude, I got this thing till at least 4. Like, I'll be there when I can be there. And then it dawned on me, and I texted him back, and I was like, is my ticket in my name or are all the tickets in my name? And he's like, they're all in your name. And so immediately I was like, fuck. And so I did the thing, got on the road. Like as I'm packing up, Nick's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fucking late. This is happening. They left it all in my name. I don't want to let everybody down. And he looks at me. He's like, oh, dude, you can totally get to San Jose in an hour. And I'm like, dude, it's 4:30 right now. And it was on Monday. I'm like, there's no fucking way. And I got out there, and sure enough, I got there so late. And then it's like, where do you park? And you park there. And it's not even just that one event, right? Because again, once we were inside, it was fine. But it was like when I went with Marty and a whole bunch of people to see Taylor Swift, it was the same thing too. Of like, all right, we're going to Santa Clara. I'm gonna give myself so much time. And we got there and we ate some food. And then as we got there, it was the thing. Oh, here's a good sneaking in story. We're going and we're getting closer, and it's that thing of like, man, this is taking longer. Oh, there's this police holdup thing over here. Fuck, I'm getting tweets from other people that I know they're there of like, where are you guys? Like, it's on. Like, she's not out yet, but like her second opening act seems like they're about to wrap up, and it's like, fuck. And as we start getting closer, again, I'm just stupid, and not only do I not drive anymore, it's been years since I was going to Bears games and WWE events and driving. So like, as I start pulling up, it's like lot D or gold lot and all this shit, and I was like, fuck, I have no parking pass, and I've never driven to the 49ers stadium. I've only gone via train. And so it's like, we're still a ways away from the front door. And so finally I was like, fuck it, whatever, we're late, we have no time. Bye, Andy. We're gonna get over there, and I'll pony up the whatever 150. I'm gonna get my head running numbers. 150 for gold, 250, whatever the fuck it's gonna be there. I've got like a minivan I've rented with all these people in it. Like, we gotta get them there. We're gonna miss Taylor Swift. And I drive up to like as close as I can. It's like gold, platinum, premium, whatever this way. I'm like, all right, I take the left, and there's a lady. I'm like, where do I pay? She's like, just keep going and you'll run into it. So we're driving, winding, and we finally come down, and there's the security tent here and the dudes. And I pull up, and the guy comes over, and he's just like, hey. And we're like, hey, like, sorry, we know we're here for the thing, and I'll pay you what. And he's like, how did you get here? And I'm like, oh, we drove, and the lady said, and I'm like, why? And he's like, you're technically not supposed to be able to get here. He's like, this isn't like a parking lot anymore. This is like where all security and event staff is parking and shit. And I was like, oh, and I'm like, he's like full on. I don't think he's a cop, but he had a badge of some kind and like a hat and like whatever.
Security.
Exactly. Maybe it was like top-notch security. Yeah. And he was just, and I'm like, well, like, I don't suppose you just look the other way and let me park here. And he's like, well, I mean, I don't run the parking lot. So technically, and I was like, thanks.
We're doing this.
Swung it in, parked, went, came out, never had to pay a dime, was right up there and did it.
Nice.
And like literally got there and got to our seats as she started. However, because I was late, didn't get to the merch booth. Always regret that. Always regret that. Similar to the WWE thing, didn't get to the merch booth. You know what I mean? I know I fucked up. And this is the problem. Now I find myself, and I went to this Michelle Branch concert, realization of a dream, going to see Michelle Branch. Terrible venue. Fucking way too crowded and hot. Awful. I didn't want to get there 4 hours before to see fucking Michelle Branch. Side note, had seen Vanessa Carlton with Gia Tap Harris months before. That was a lovely event. There weren't that many people there. I got to sit. It was great. But now it's just the thing, and I'm like, am I just over live events? Do I not want to go to live events? Because I just don't want to deal with any of the bullshit anymore.
Yeah. I haven't liked a live event since birth. I hate people. Like just crowds. Like I'm really into personal space. That was the biggest shock coming to the Bay Area. Mm-hmm. It's not that crowded, right?
Yeah.
And at first BART experience, I'm like,
the walls are closing in.
Oh, I'm like chest to chest with people. Like I'm getting real intimate, and I'm like, I do not
A's
like
game?
this, and it's hot.
Yeah.
Go to an A's game on BART.
Oh man, any type of event, and SF has events fucking every like 3 days. Or just in the Bay Area in general. So like just going back and forth. BART just sucks, actually.
Yeah, that's 100% correct. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck BART.
BART sucking.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And there's no solution, right? Because somebody who rode Muni for so much. Muni is always just like, why isn't everything underground? Because like I've been on the Muni where it pulls up and just stops and lays on the horn because there's a car double parked. And you're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Thought this was a good
idea. This is like, oh, this elevated rail system is great and stuff like that.
San Francisco's transportation's terrible.
No shit.
See, yes and no is the thing, right? Where I feel like, yeah, it's bad because we use it all and we know how much it sucks, but it's like, for 90% of the country, it's better than anything anybody else has, which is weird, right? Like, don't get me wrong, New York kicks the shit out of it. The subway's great. But it's that thing of like, in Chicago, like the L, like, that's not a great solution either.
I would prefer the L over anything related to Bay Area transit.
Sure. It's all just a nightmare.
Just sucks. So like, I guess I was reading like, NASA, there were like NASA engineers that designed BART so there are no redundancies except for like a couple. And so like for them, like if there's a failure, then you just got to shut shit down.
Yeah.
And so like, last week, I think there was a dog on the tracks and there was a system-wide delay. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll work from home today.
Yeah.
But like, it's just, they should be embarrassed.
I agree with that 100%. No,
It's
it's
just-
100% they should be
It's
embarrassed.
fucking garbage.
No, I agree.
The fact that it doesn't run 24 hours too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also stupid.
Shutting
yeah.
down at 12:05. Track maintenance.
Felt bad the other day, walking through my neighborhood. Homeless gentleman did the. I was like, oh, no, thanks, I'm fine. Because I mean, like, and I don't mean to be desensitized or whatever, but
Yeah.
million homeless people in San
yeah,
Francisco, and
desensitized.
usually they're kind of aggressive, and you're just like, whatever. And I'm like,
I
what?
followed.
I'm like, yeah, well, man, I think I talked about this on one of the shows recently or whatever.
Like last week.
Where a while ago now, though, a homeless guy went up to raise on me or whatever. Where I was walking, he's stumbling, he was way too close to this woman coming at me, and I was just coming around the corner of the corner shop. And I must have given him like a real like, hey, don't be like that or whatever. And he kind of got wit and he just went like this up to me, and I was like, yes. and then he went down and went past me. I was like, man, I was about to
let out some
fucking
aggression.
rhino gore that guy through the fucking stand up sign for Pachis. Like, get up, just go all fucking WWF.
Come on.
Anyways, the guy goes, and I'm like, no, I'm fine. And he goes, no, what time's the owl run till? I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I think it runs till 2 a.m. or whatever, because it was like the N turns into the owl and runs later.
Turns
or
out he
whatever.
was just a hipster.
Hey, a couple of times I don't know.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just like, do you like at Whole Foods? They have like weird, like dingy looking uniforms.
Sure.
And I'm just like, do you work here or are you just crazy? He was crazy. He
Oh,
was actually,
that don't tell me next
2
time.
days ago, just being followed by security. They're like, he's hostile, and he's like, slapping shit. He's like, call the cops. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he doesn't work here.
Just barking at people.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah. No, that's not
I've
the
seen
way you
people
want
just
to
like digging into the earth. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
There's a lot of schizophrenic. Lots of schizophrenia.
Well, I mean, that's the problem with the homeless problem, right? Is that it's not. We're not talking about people who are like,
down on
man,
their
I'm
luck.
down on my. It's hey, I have a real mental illness,
Yep.
and
I cannot
That's not
function
how
in
this works in
society.
this country. So we can't put you in jail, and we can't put you in the hospital. So just live
yell
in
at
Golden
that
Gate
wall
Park.
over there.
Great, awesome.
Scurry into the bushes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a really
Make
good
a
one.
tent city.
True story about the suburbs of. I think I don't want to dime out Glen Ellen, my hometown or whatever, and I think it was, but I can't be sure. I'm pretty sure it was.
Meth
That like
epidemic.
when 1 or 2 homeless people would come around Glen Ellen. It was a suburb of Chicago. I don't want to dime out the good people of the Glen Ellen PD. But I remember hearing the story as a kid that the cops would come and get him and put him in and then just drive him across the town line and let him out.
Drop him off?
Yeah, like, all
What
right. just-
happens because you
I've
don't
heard
know where to
that,
put them.
yeah.
yeah. It's fucked up, man.
It is.
We got a lot of things to fix in this country.
We do. Let's fix it on this 1 hour podcast.
No, that's not gonna happen. My topic. My topic is, what do you guys want to know? You're here. You're living the dream. Many people always want to come on this show. Not many people want to pay for it, but they, well, you guys have watched pretty much from the beginning, right? Like, I mean, it's kind of funny at least.
Something.
We talked about that, right? You were the
Me?
same one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Beyond 150 is when
Right.
I
Thank you very much.
jumped
Yeah,
aboard.
yeah. So I mean, like, you've been around forever.
Yeah, something I have been curious on
Sure.
is where do you see Kind of Funny in the next 5 years?
Sure.
Starting now, and where did you see Kind of Funny going before you broke out? Because it was year 3.
Yeah. Well, it'll be
Year 4
2015.
almost,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah. It's always
like,
confusing, right?
yeah.
Yeah. It'll be a 3rd anniversary.
But like that's been like
2008.
that's a good while to have a
Sure.
company start in. So
Sure.
like, has it anything changed since your original vision and for what you want now?
Sure. Yeah, everything. You know what I mean? And I think that was the learning curve to Kind of Funny that I don't think any of us expected, but I can only speak for myself that I didn't expect it at all, is that everything happened so much faster than we ever anticipated, in the way that, I always talk about it, when Kevin had been helping us with the GameOverGreggy, or youtube.com/GameOverGreggy, and doing all the production work on GameOverGreggy for a while, the show. And then when we launched Kind of Funny, he still got helped us. And then when we quit, it was that thing of like, all right, you guys are quitting, but Kevin still works at IGN. And we weren't like in a blood feud, but it was very much like, all right, we're breaking up. This is a breakup. So like, Kevin, you shouldn't work with us anymore until we figure this out. And it was very much that we will come for you, but it was like,
We will come for you.
well, it's
Kevin.
like, how it is. Like, he put in a
Big
lot of
Kev
work
dog.
with us and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And we didn't want him to think we were just leaving him high and dry. Not to mention, it was that thing of, we didn't know how much money we'd make.
Yeah.
And that's always the thing of like, I talk about it.
telling somebody to quit their job. And
Exactly.
Like, we can support
Yeah,
you just fine.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we do exactly the same.
And it's what I always talk about with the, like Nick had the whole spreadsheet of like, if we do all right, it looks like this, but we're eating ramen every night. If we do good, we're doing this. If we're great, it looks like this. And we passed great in the first 24 hours of it.
Yeah.
So it was that whole, oh shit. Like,
helped.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you all for helping for that. It was that thing, and to this day, and please continue to help. It was, oh wow, okay, cool. And so, all right, we'll come for Kevin in 6 months to a year is what we originally said. And it was literally by the end of month one, like I'm like bleeding as I edit out, and I'm like, we got to get him in here. I can't do all this by myself. And so we were like, well, we're making more money, so we went and got him. And then it was the same thing of like, you know, all right, cool, we're gonna look at a studio, something we dream about, because it's obviously hard being in the spare bedroom, but that'll be 2.5 years out. And instead it was, you know, what, a little over, I think we actually moved in 1.5 years, whereas you started looking, really at a little after a year. That was the first idea, right? It was gonna be that, all right, cool, we're coming up on Kind of Funny Live 2, and then it's E3, then it's Comic-Con, then it's this. After E3, let's look for places. And instead, they went before Kind of Funny Live 2 and found this place. And so we went right in here. And so it does get really, not awkward, but impossible to go, oh man, in 5 years, you know what I mean? I mean, think about the last 5 months in the way that this business has changed so drastically. And we've been able to bring on so many great people. Yeah, exactly.
Sharing one
New
bathroom.
Shows, new everything, sharing one bathroom.
Shout
Sorry,
out to
Joey.
Poopery over there.
Sorry, Joey. Yeah. The
Eventually, we'll get more than one bathroom, and then I'll be totally fine.
That'll be the one.
It's
that
now a
fixes it.
Patreon tier.
Yeah, get Joey a bathroom. Hey, Joey, I did that whole. I made fun of Honey Bucket, but then I put up the Honey Bucket selfie game. And if you saw this, what it was is they were gonna if you took a photo with the most disgusting porta potty ever, Honey Bucket.
Oh no!
They had a contest that they'd pick one at random, and whoever won would either get their own porta potty or would get like $5,000 or whatever. And I would have taken the porta potty for you, Joey. You could have had your own bathroom on the
You
roof.
could have just taken the $5,000 and given that to me as consolation for sharing with
She
you
would
all.
have put up with the one toilet bag.
So, I mean, what it looks like from here on out, I think right now we've got a great core. You know what I mean? Like the 7 of us are all on the same page and making great shit and having a great time. I don't think this place can take maybe more than one more person, but I also don't think the business is ready to take on anyone anymore at the moment, right? And I think we're finding a lot of success with contractors, right? Where even though Danny's gone now, but him and Andrea, and then even Aaron Porter, who's editing Cooking with Greggy for us, like all of a sudden we have this idea of like, oh right, like not everybody has to be full time, and we're to a place where we can do that. So even with Danny leaving, it's like, great, who can we bring in to fill those shows, and who do we want to bring in for those shows? And similarly, you know, talking to anybody, whether it be Andrea or whoever, of like, I'd love to start talking about like, all right, what's a show for Andrea on our stuff look like that's not, it's ours, but it's not taking her away from what's good or something to that effect. That's more of the future imminently. Whereas, you know, I think we talk about all the time of like when we outgrow this spot. That is the plan, right? Is to outgrow this space and move to a different place and figure out how all that looks. And I know, you know, Nick and Kevin really want like a warehouse space similar to Rooster Teeth, where it's like,
that'd be awesome.
It's just giant open area, and it's, you know, Nick's talked about this since GameOverGreggy Show 2 or whatever, but like standing sets in all the corners where you go to. Because even with this, which is great and awesome and fantastic, and we're so lucky to have it, and it works so well for us, it is still that bitch of like, cool, like we end this right now and like, hey, fuck it, let's stream Friday the 13th. All right, well, we're gonna reset these walls and get these mics out and do. It's gonna be like, you know, if first off, Cool Greg and Kevin are gone, so it's gonna take me and Joey a while to.
I got this.
Stumble
We
the
can totally do it.
When I
We
saw
could
him,
do
like,
it.
breaking shit down, like he's got it down to a science.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's the other, like, you know, amazing thing about what we do, right? It was awesome. We just did Kevin's wedding, obviously, and there I was talking to Joey and I was talking to Andy of like, you know, because we move so fast here and everybody's so busy. I don't ever get a chance to talk to anybody about like, how are you doing? What's happening? You know what I mean? And like Joey, Cool Greg, Andy all coming together. And then even when Andrea's here, Danny was here in the front room, like them having their own lives and own things and like knowing how to do all this stuff that so it isn't like a huge giant problem when Kevin goes away for 2 weeks is insane. That like, I remember when all of it was just, you know, 4 of us sitting at the kitchen table in Colin and I's house. And so to see them have their own lives and have these own things and be making own stuff, and to me to be like, well, Joey, have you thought about you're making this promotional video. Don't worry about it. I don't need to, I'm going to go back to whatever the fuck I do in the back room. Like, that's awesome. But it also means that I think we would have been naive in the early days and told you, we'll have our own studio in 2.5 years. We're going to have more employees. We're going to do this kind of thing. We want this kind of show. And I think now it is, if anything, we've learned like, we've refocused this year on our core of what we are. The seasonal show thing works out really well for us.
I love that.
Thank you. Well, and that was
You
always
guys don't have no. You guys have so much content.
yeah.
Like literally, I think from the last PSX up until August, all I watched was Kind of Funny.
Thank you.
Just because I was so busy at work.
Yeah.
'Cause I was on a massive project, and like I would get home maybe like 6, 7, maybe work out, maybe not.
Yeah.
And then I was like, let's just throw on Gamescast.
Yeah.
And I just need that just to unwind, and then I go to bed, and nothing else. Like I barely even played video games.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, this is just all I
Thank you for that. Thank you.
take in at the moment.
And I know we do a lot, and we know that, and it's back to the thing we used to say about Colin and Greg Live. I'm just like, it's okay to miss a show. You know what I mean? Like if people are always like, oh, on the subreddit or anywhere, but I'm active on the subreddit. I'm just like, oh, it's so rare that I watch all 4 topics, and not being insulting about it, but like it's like, well, that's fine, that's okay. Like it doesn't need to be that kind of thing where we're not counting on the YouTube view to do something necessarily.
But I like that for the seasonal shows, there's an end.
Yep.
And so like then I can say like, okay, I can watch all of Cooking with Greggy.
Right.
Or I can watch all of Love and Sex stuff. So then I have like something I can just schedule around.
Yep, and that was the big thing of, I think, another lesson for us in terms of the fact that, well, I want to do this show, and Nick wants to do this show, and we want to do that show, and it was always the thing of like, where does that go in the day? And it wasn't us thinking on the way of like, okay, what if we do shows in 2-month runs, and we get to do this and try this and break it down and go from there. Snow Mike, what do you want to know?
I want to know some stories from your champagning and campaigning days.
Okay.
So champagning and campaigning, if you
Thank
don't
you for
know,
explaining, because I had no
from
idea.
my main man Jalen and Jacoby on ESPN. Jalen Rose, a former NBA basketball player, always talks about the hijinks him and the team would get into.
Sure.
Visiting various states.
Oh.
My main man GameOverGreggy here and the whole Kind of Funny squad. You guys go to enough conventions. You've hosted enough shows. You got to have a good champagning and campaigning story for me.
Feel free to leave out names. But.
No, I mean, I don't think any of the stories are that well.
Yeah, think about it.
No. There's still one story that I don't think's ever been told from our IGN days that's like so outrageously what the fuck that, and it's not time for that one.
Oh, amazing.
I'm sorry.
Year 5-year anniversary.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those. If I was a main character in it, it would be a different thing. But it was totally tangentially, and it was one of those like, how did this not get everywhere? And yada. A good Greg Miller champagne story of champagne and traveling. What is it?
Champagning and campaigning.
Greg Miller.
I'm trying to give you something new because I feel like it would be ones we've heard before, right? Of Colin and I when we got drunk at that IGN table and we're pounding on it, talking about tattoos.
I love this.
Yeah, we love I'm gonna get tattooed on my arm where I see. Yeah, well, why don't we hang out more? We should hang out more.
Well, especially now, it's kind of funny too. Like all your IGN stories, I'm pretty sure we've
exactly too. And then it's like also the content for Kind of Funny is just what we do. So that's always tough of like trying to figure that out. For me, I think the favorite thing I have right now about going on any trip or seeing video from anybody from Kind of Funny going on a trip is Cool Greg. Because it is that thing of, even if you wanted to take it away from like, okay, well, I've been doing this for 10 years, so I've flown on enough planes and I've done all this stuff and blah, blah, blah.
Shout out to Brothers Abroad.
Right? It's like not even that Cool Greg's excited in the way of like, oh man, I'm in the video game industry. I'm going to E3, blah, blah, blah. It's just Cool Greg's excited to be on a plane. I'll never forget that when he's like, all right, meet here and we're going to E3. All right. And he showed up with a shopping bag full of clothes. Like, I can't do that. And it's like, well, when we were coming back from Kevin's bachelor party in Vegas, we got split up and I got in the cab with Cool Greg. And we're driving, and I'm not hungover anymore, but I'm still exhausted. And we're driving, and I just look over at Cool Greg finally, and I look at his bags, and he's got a bottle of champagne and a bottle of Gatorade in his hand.
Nice.
And I'm like, so what's the plan with the champagne and the Gatorade? He's like, what do you mean? Why do I need to have a plan? I'm like, well, you can't bring that on an airplane. He's like, I can't. I'm like, no, like, what? You can't bring liquids above. And he's like, oh man, like that makes sense because Tim was putting the leftovers in his bag and I didn't understand. He just left this there, so I took it thinking I would. I'm like, no, Dad, you can't bring that on. He's like, oh, okay, well. And so when we pulled up, and he turns to the cab driver and he's like, do you want this bottle of champagne? And I'm like, I can't bring it on the plane. The stupidest thing ever, the driver's like, no, I don't drink champagne. And I'm like, you are a cabbie at the airport in Vegas. You're going to pick someone up right now to party and be like,
just have that in the back.
Hey, here you go, and then get a great tip. Exactly. Hopefully you roll the dice. He's like, no, and Cool Greg's like, oh man, all right. So Cool Greg walks up to the trash can and puts it down. It comes in with me, and I'm like, all right, we're going to go here to get, and he just goes, I got to hit it. And he goes, Cool Greg goes back outside the Vegas airport, opens
not
this
want
champagne,
that.
drinks
I
it.
fucking love Cool Greg.
And that's the thing is like, and it's that thing where Cool Greg is just like eyes wide and so excited to do everything. And so to go with somebody who it's his first E3, but I also think it's his first time thinking about E3 in that way, other than, oh, Tim goes there and sees a lot of video games. To see him on the show floor and walking around doing all those different things and interacting with Cisco and fucking talking about Sasha Banks or, having Sasha Banks on Kind of Funny Live 3 to look at him and stuff like that. And like, Kind of Funny Live 3 is a treasure trove of stories that I've talked about too. The Max Landis episode in our timeline just started going up today, but being backstage with him, and it's me, Harley, him, I think Sean Finnegan, maybe Kevin kept coming and going, but then like the documentary crew we had, and everyone's just stopped while Max Landis tells us the entire story for Superman, Agent of Batman.
Wow.
And we're like, yes, keep going, tell us everything about it. You know what I mean? Like there's the weird stories you don't think about, right? And it's that weird thing I feel like I talk about. Kind of Funny's content is so much about Kind of Funny because it is this adventure we're on because of you guys, obviously everybody on Patreon, everybody who supports us in any way. So we share so much of it already. There's nowadays not too many things that are behind the scenes you wouldn't know about, but Cool Greg's always a trip.
Sounds like Cool Greg is champagning and campaigning everywhere.
Cool Greg definitely has these stories for sure. Cheeks Jr., what do you got?
So Let's Play reunion just happened.
Yeah.
And you guys were talking about how like you've gotten people from the different audiences, like
100%.
Really
Yeah. That was a great way for us to win over people there that I don't think maybe knew who we were, had given us a chance. Because when I show up on a Rooster Teeth property, I'm usually playing my Gauntlet character of just everybody sucks and PC gaming's dumb,
Just fucking best
which is
character.
great for our audience, but not great usually for channel growth.
Yeah. So now it's post that.
Yeah.
What do you want to see from like more collaborations or like I know like obviously you have to pump out the content for Kind of Funny.
Yeah.
And like so like going on other people's shows isn't like always a possibility because you have to like hold down shop here.
100%.
But, like,
Yeah.
What do you want to see from this like Let's Play partnership?
I would like to see. I mean,
more collaborations in general.
Yeah, collaborations is a big part of it. I thought the Let's Play reunion was great. I think they liked it too. I think they learned a lot on how to run it because, like, the reason we gained so much goodwill was the fact that I think I'm used to being live all the time, and so when there'd be downtime in quotes, like, and nobody's on camera and the stream just pointed at something, I would run out there and talk to them because I want to engage with that audience. And not to mention, I want to bust my ass because I bust my ass for this business. And I want somebody out there who doesn't watch this to know we're doing that and want to be part of it. And like, we always talk about, we exchanged the reach for the intimacy of Kind of Funny. And then there'll be sometimes the back and forth of like, well, are they too big now? And da-da-da. Like, it warms my heart that this week on the subreddit, right? Somebody popped in asking for a link or asking a question. I forget what it was. And I was the first person there and popped in and gave them the response. And their response was like, I can't believe the person from the channel that I'm on the subreddit for is here to talk to me about it. And it's just like, that's what this is, right? There's no smoke and mirrors. There's no weird fourth wall to cross. It's just us sharing everything with you. And I want to be there with you and talk to you that way. And so that was huge for us at Let's Play Network at the reunion to show that to people. I think I want to do more of those because I think it's cool to shake it up in a way that gets us outside of our norm. In terms of collaboration, I'd like to see, and there's meetings and conversations all the time about this, but in a way to make it easier for our audience to cross over too. Like, I already ask so much of you guys and you fine folks watching or listening in terms of Patreon and this, like, it's hard for me then to go, hey, can you sign up for First Two for this company maybe you don't know? I'd love to see a way that we can say to patrons, hey, here's a trial code for First to come enjoy this content and see if you like these people and go with that. And it is that thing of, well, signing up with the free code we were giving away or link or whatever did benefit us, so you are benefiting Kind of Funny to do it. But it's also like, I know very well how hard it is to get to. I have, how many, everybody's like, oh my God, you have more than 1 million followers on Twitter. I'm like, yep, and my fucking YouTube videos do maybe 10,000 on the morning show because just because you have a number doesn't mean people are going to click through to come see
They're
it.
not engaging.
So you're talking about hurdles on top of hurdles on top of hurdles that I'm aware of, right? Of like, we know how, for the people who go out to Patreon and support us, that is such a huge fucking deal. Obviously, it makes the wheels go round and keeps the ship afloat here. But I mean, I understand, like, again, we have, if you total it all up, a little over 500,000 subs, you know what I mean? And then there's double over, so what, 260, we'll say, something like that, 275. And like there's 275,000 people watching the content or could have, or who have clicked the subscribe button.
Yeah.
And then you get to this Patreon where, if you added them up, it's 14,000 people. I don't know, something like you start dealing with percentiles, right?
Yeah.
So I understand. I'd like to make that an easier transition I'd like to reward people on Patreon who are already doing that more. I think it's something we are already getting better at. You know what I mean? Outside of, the Team Fat Apron this time for fan mail, the fact that we now have, thanks to Joey, Cool Greg, and, contractors and Andy, like, we have room to breathe. So there are people, like, I'm all over the place. But there are people there asking the right questions and then acting on them, which is the biggest part. Where, like, oh, hey, fan mail's a cool tier. Let's not just have it be the same note cards with a note from us, which is cool and fun, but how long are you going to stay at that tier? But all of a sudden, Cool Greg's going to give you a personalized name tag.
Yeah,
we're going to give you these crazy class photos.
Yeah,
You get a
you're
Team
stepping
Fat
it up.
Apron. Like, we are listening and actively going on it. And that only comes because now there's room to breathe in a way. In the same way, we had a meeting, me, Nick, and Tim with Andrea about Kind of Funny Games Daily, and just checking in how it's going, blah, blah. And she asked the question of just like, cool, like, I love the show and it's going so well and this, that, and the other. And I'm enjoying it. And I haven't, blah, blah, blah. So is my audience. What's your vision for it? You know what I mean? Where do you want the show to go? What do you want the show to, not where do you want to be in 5 years? Like, what do you actually want to do with the show? What are your objectives? And it was that thing of like, that's a great fucking question. You know what I mean? Like, this is all I know to do, and I have not had time between this, that trip, that blah, blah, getting married, all this stuff to be like, where are we going? Where are we running to? And it's like, thank you. But it all, and then now I am thinking about it, and she's thinking about it, right? And like, that's a big part. So in terms of what I want to Let's Play, there'd be that, more collaboration. I'd like to see more people up here. Obviously, we just had Elise. We have Bruce coming up soon. I like the idea of us collaborating, especially now in the way that it's a double-edged sword when we get ahead on GameOverGreggy shows, which is what I was talking to you guys, right? Of like, I don't know if this will be a Patreon exclusive episode or if it'll go up for everybody or whatever.
Yeah.
Great episode. This wasn't a comment on you at all.
We did not fuck up, guys.
No, you did great.
It's pretty good.
Joey, have you enjoyed this episode?
It's been really good. I've been reading the live chat. They've all been very impressed.
All right, great.
Thanks, Joey.
The problem, though, with that, right, is the fact that even today, on the way back from lunch, was on a thread on the subreddit about how it started as we don't do substantial topics anymore, right? And they were reaching out they were like the Apex Predator thing, and I'm like, well, we've done stupid shit like that before, blah, blah. And they were like, well, even when you do other stupid shit, there's more of a discussion. It's like, oh, that's a good, I hear you, blah, blah. And then somebody else was like, you don't do serious topics anymore, right? And like implying like the Colin kind of stuff, the political stuff. And I'm like, I hear you. I don't 100% agree, but it's also not our passion. Da da da.
Yeah.
Long way to get to the fact that I really wanted to do after or right around it a thing about the whole kneeling during the national anthem. I wanted to do a topic about that of where would be netted out on that, where it's going to be, blah blah blah. But we were ahead in episode. So I couldn't do it the week leading in. And then it would have been Max's 200th episode, which I was like, I can do this. I can land the plane pretty much talking to the guys. And Tim and Nick were like, but we're going to be boozing. I'm like, no, but if we address it head on. And then I brought out all the stuff here and it looked like a bar. And I was like, no, you're right. No, that's a bad way to do it. And then it's like, so then the episode after Max is the Chris Anka one. And you guys are in there. It's like, that's the one thing. But then the morning show could tackle it. But is the morning show the right venue for it? You guys were on it today, right? With the Las Vegas shooting stuff happened. It's like, it's a giant thing of balance and do it. But then again, I don't know if that's who we are, but I want to talk. The shows are always what we want to talk about and what we have to say. And so that's one thing of like bringing up the right guest for that and having it and then being able to send Tim away. Like, I want to go do Barb's show, Always Open. But it's like, Austin's
Great
a big
show.
trip. That's, you know what I mean? If I'm going that far, I'm going to spend a lot of time there and that takes me off of X, Y, and Z. Even the week of us recording this, right? It's a fucked up week because Danny quit. Andrea's out getting ready in New York now for Nintendo World Championships. I leave on a red eye tomorrow after we record the Adi Shankar episode. I go to New York. I host the WWE event on Thursday, and I come back the following Monday evening. So it's like suddenly it's Tim and Andy are the only locked in Games Daily people who could do it, and it's like we have plans. We're reaching out to people. We're going to get bodies in here. Not to mention that we also don't need to. Everybody loves Tim and Andy and wants to see more of them on that show. But it's that's the juggling act of like, okay, cool. Anytime we go to do something, we got to make sure we're covering the bases at home. Because we, I think took it on the chin, rightfully so, in the first year or two of like, man, those guys are on the road every weekend. And that means that we're only seeing them Monday through Wednesday. And then the content is suffering because they're burned out and tired. And all they're talking about is being burned out and tired. And it's like, we've actively been trying to pump the brakes and not go to as much and take the right trips and make the right choices, which comes with time, but I think we're getting better at it.
I think you are too.
Thank you.
So crazy year. It's been an insane year for you guys. What one thing from you, like what have you learned in like this year? Because like it's been an insane year for like kind of funny.
The year's almost over. Jesus Christ.
Right. Isn't that fucked up? That's the other thing I always talk about. Once we started Kind of Funny Games Daily and I read the date every day, God damn, does time go fast.
Yeah.
And you know time goes fast, but it's like that.
I mean, just think about like the year and like you guys getting in the studio wasn't that long ago. So
No, I know. Like, it's been weird to have people come through these past couple months and be like, oh yeah, we moved here a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, geez, it was barely a year ago that we moved in here and stuff, right? I mean, what I've learned, right, is how fast everything can change. I think I've learned how versatile the team is. The one thing I think, and this is going to sound like such pandering bullshit, but hopefully you all know me well enough, is how great the community is. You know what I mean? Like, I think at a lot, for us to lose Colin and have everything go down and all this other stuff, like, a lot of people would have just walked away and never given us another shot. And the people who saw us, unexpectedly lose Colin, start to reassess, go through, and then have to do the thing of like, wait till Kind of Funny Live 3, which I know isn't the answer anybody ever wanted, right? But wait till Kind of Funny Live 3.
That was the appropriate place to do it.
And that was our thing, is like, we knew we had a vision. I think we fumbled telling, hey, we have a vision, let us get our ducks in a row before doing something. We should have been more vocal about that. So, but still getting there and having the, not only bringing people back to the community or showing people we're listening to them, having that core group that I think that will never leave, unless obviously we went super evil. You know what I mean? But like that core group of like, Kind of Funny Live 3 was like that room of people. We're there, had spent the money to come around from around the world, had spent money on hotels and flights and all this other stuff to be there for that, not knowing we were about to hopefully, knock on wood, fix everything. Not knowing that this was going to be our soft relaunch, that we had an idea and do it. And so to be able to do the town hall, to do Kind of Funny Live 3 and then come out so strong, it's been awesome to see everybody be like, oh, okay, no, I'm back on board. I'm back on Patreon. Or, it's always the thing of just like, it breaks my heart. Like, it hurts me when somebody's like, oh my God, well, they make all this money and da-da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, no, they still just do this, that, and the other. And it's people, like, for me, a big moment for us is we launched the studio and, Patreon ebbs and flows all the time, right? And it had been not going down, but it had been like, steady, whatever. Because, why would I get excited for this? And when we launched the new studio, we didn't do awesome, please support us on Patreon. Awesome, this is all, blah. It wasn't, this is because of you message, but it wasn't, hey, don't forget we need your support.
Right,
but the Patreon number went
keep the reels burning.
The Patreon number went up organically. Mm-hmm. And for me, that was a great thing. You don't see that. As somebody who listens to This American Life and Death, Sex, and Money, when Anna Sale, who's now a friend because of the internet and our shows, when I'm listening to that show and she's like, hey, it's Pledge Drive month, so if you, I'm like, oh, right. And I text the number and I give her the money right away, right? That's how it is when like people are like, oh man, I love Greg Miller, but he self-promotes too much. I'm like, well, it's because every time I do it, a percentage of people go, oh fuck, I should do that, or oh man, I forgot that I haven't done that, and they come out and help the business. So I know it's annoying for people, but it's helpful for us.
It's part of every podcast has plugs.
Right,
like everyone's
right.
gonna plug their stuff.
Every business has to do that.
Yeah, exactly. I know, and I tell myself that. But again, it's that weird thing of like, it's the same thing people want to throw in your face of like, oh, don't say best friends. We're not your best friends. We're your customers or whatever. I'm like, that's true, but you also know what I mean by best friends. I'd like to think, and we walk an interesting line and exist in an interesting space. And so that was a big thing of being able to see the audience sees where their money's going, right? And it is the fact of like, without Patreon and without your support, obviously we don't have Joey and we don't have Andy and we don't have this. And like when people see Party Mode or they see Cooking with Greggy, the ability, oh man, that is really good. And like, especially recently, I've been doing not the salesy pitch, not the, it's available on this, blah, blah, blah. The whole thing of just like, a lot of you are saying you enjoy what we're doing. That's awesome. If you could give us $1, I'm sure it's like the same way when I'm like, hey, we put out a show. Like when I put out the Patreon post about Cooking with Greggy, I'm like, hey, episode 4 is live now for you, a Patreon person, for $1. If you could tweet about episode 3, which I know you lost last week, that'd be great. And so many people do I only have 100 followers. He's got 1 million. I don't need to do this or whatever. Not realizing that gets it to someone new that I don't reach already. And that's the whole thing of like, people seeing something from somebody they trust matters more than me retweeting it to whoever, the same amount of people. And so the way the community this year has rallied behind us, and I think really seen that we are listening and we know what we're doing. We have a vision for this. That's been awesome. And the fact that you learned that it isn't all lip service, if that makes sense. In the same way, I think when we were getting ready to leave and nobody knew, obviously publicly, and it was the thing of like, cool. And there'd be those nights though of like, do people send me games and care about my opinion because I'm IGN or because I'm Greg Miller, right? And so like to be able to get on the other side and see it and then hear it where it's like, all right, people are still there and this is a real thing and this is a real connection. And if we lose people who don't feel that way about us, that's great. I'd rather it be the small, close-knit community that we are. So yeah, that's a long answer. I got long answers.
That's good.
That's why I like it.
Answer.
No, good. Okay, good.
Fascinating. As a fan, like I just find all that fascinating.
Good.
So,
anybody else?
No, I asked my question.
Love it.
What?
big fan. Big fan.
Any other questions?
Maybe favorite person. Now it's not your favorite. We're not gonna pick favorites.
Sure.
But favorite person from that Let's Play family that you love to see and reconnect with. Because I love seeing Jeff Ramsey out there putting his beautiful smile, making people smile. That guy Jack with that beard. Come on, he makes me smile all the
Let
time.
Jack sleep. Yeah. Hashtag let Jack sleep. Obviously Jeff's amazing. And Jeff's that guy whenever I talk to him and then it's over, it's like, fuck. I don't get to talk to him enough. I would love to actually sit down and spend hours with him over, me drinking him not or whatever, or just over a nice dinner talking about everything, you know what I mean? Because there's so much to learn from him. And that's the thing, you know what I mean, of like, I know there's always this weird thing where it's like, oh, like for the Rooster Teeth audience, right, of like, they don't like Kind of Funny necessarily, right? Or oh, those guys or whatever. And then our audience being like, oh, I don't like Rooster Teeth content because of X, Y, and Z and all that stuff. That's all fine. But then, of course, off camera, like the personal friendships and guidance they've offered, right?
Yeah.
Because they literally are doing what we're doing. And like when everything the walls were falling down, you know what I mean? When all the Colin stuff's happening and like PAX East is that weekend stuff. And I'm in the car on the way there, just like a wreck or whatever. The first person I texted, right, was Gus. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, my team looks to me as the leader. And that means right now I have to be strong and I have to have the answers and everything else. But I texted Gus and I'm like, I need a pep talk. Like I need someone to talk to me right now in a way that I can't turn to Tim. I can't turn to Nick on them, right? Because I need to make sure that this is going on, that they understand that no, we're all right. This is gonna be fine. We know what we're doing. We can get through this, right? And like that's what he gave me, and he gave it to me immediately. You know what I mean? It wasn't some bullshit thing. It wasn't like he got to me later. It was like that. And then not only that, then the people who were texting me from Rooster Teeth family while it's happening, you know what I mean? Like in the moment of stuff, catching up on this, or I just woke up, but this is going on. Blah blah. Are you okay?
That's so
like,
awesome.
That's real stuff, and that's when it's like they call it the Let's Play family or whatever, right? And it's people. Family, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same way we use best friends in the way that's a legitimate thing. And that if I need help, those people are there for me. In terms of people, though, like from the thing, so I would say Jeff for sure. I love Jack so much. I would love to do more with Jack for sure. But honestly, you know who I spent a lot of time talking with, and Michael. And like I've known Michael for a while, but like actually sitting down again and talking to him, just catching up and like, you know, shooting the shit about making content, being a dad, all this different stuff. It's like, man, like we don't talk enough and we should do that.
Yeah.
But of course he's making movies. I'm doing whatever the hell this is.
Got a kid.
You know what I mean? Yeah. He had a dumb kid. Now he's got to teach him all these dumb things. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I have one last question.
Sure.
Actually,
round it out for us.
and it actually just came out as you were talking.
Well, I just want to say though, you fucked up. Your answer should have been Alfredo.
Oh yeah,
Oh, he gave you the look.
Alfredo plays.
Quitter who ran away.
Alfredo plays.
Left us all alone here. I got no Xbox guy to send on events now. No first-person shooter guy.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you got, A-Rock?
Now, actually, good segue because Alfredo moved to Austin.
Yeah.
Do you see Kind of Funny always being a San Francisco company?
The $1 million question.
It's expensive as fuck to live here
It is.
and to own a business here.
It is.
worth
It's. I can never say forever, obviously. I don't see it happening anytime soon. And I think because of the fact of who we are and what our lineage is, and especially even when you compare us to Rooster Teeth or Let's Play or whoever, it's the fact that we fulfill and our niche is something very specific in the way of we are IGN alternative. You know what I mean? It is the thing that
Alt IG.
Yeah, right. Okay, let's not do that. That's a bad title. Don't use that. Yeah.
Another word.
Kind of funny to me, like just like throw this on top, like it's like IGN in 2007. Like if IGN never grow up, like that was like that's kind of funny to me. Like,
right, and it's the thing is, I think that and this is short-sighted, obviously, but it's also just because I've only thought about this company in this way for so long. As we hire more people, maybe things change and our whole outlook changes. I'm sure, we just launched a real Let's Play show for the first time ever. You know what I mean? Like, but our history and our lineage and what we do is rooted in what IGN does and what GameSpot does, and so it's, for me, I always talk about it as like it was a cheat code to do what we did, where we totally got to coast along and seem like a bigger deal than we were, where it was like, okay, we're going to SF and we're doing a press tour. We'll see IGN, we'll see GameSpot, we'll see Kind of Funny. And so it is, these people go to all these places and then they fucking come to our spare bedroom. And it was that thing of like, everybody's like, oh, we get it. No, that's cool. This is rad. But it's like, those opportunities don't play because like, everybody's like, oh, well, would you move to Austin or would you move to LA? It's like, if we move to LA, we're in the exact same boat. Yeah, it's cheaper, but it's still expensive. We're still spending a lot. And we also lose access to the people that I really feel make us us, where it's in the fact that, all right, cool. All of a sudden, everyone's gone. And let's not disqualify the fact that Danny and Andrea were here, right? And that doesn't happen if we're in Columbia, Missouri.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That happens. But, this week, this is happening. So let's reach out to people from GameSpot. Let's reach out from people at IGN. Let's reach out to Gary Whitta. Let's reach out to all these people. And you can make the argument, well, if you went to LA, you could do that. And this is not me knocking LA at all. I could, but it's also the same fact of not everybody works on Games Daily. I could have anybody on Gamescast, and Tim could have anybody on Gamescast, and like, hey, here's the big topic, here's what happened in the dates, blah, blah, blah. When I'm talking to you about the NPD numbers and wanting you to have a historical look at what happened this month or what the trend is or how microtransactions are affecting everything, it can't just be that you casually like games or you like games a little bit, right? And I feel like, and this is my own naivete, right? But other YouTubers I've worked with that I love and are amazing people, right? Not everybody can be Anthony Carboni. Yeah. Anthony Carboni, you can plug in any show and he sounds educated. He sounds educated. He's not. No, he is educated. He's got all these great points. He's got salient information and he's coming at it from a different angle, right? Whereas if I took just whoever's a Let's Play or Twitch streamer, maybe they only know this game, maybe they know the genre, they can't play for an hour on this show about everything. And so then let's magnify it more, right? Even if we went to Austin, which is, again, a place that's getting super expensive and super crowded and all these different things, suddenly then we're working with Rooster Teeth people, which is great, of course. But again, that's not really what they do.
They don't have that background.
Right, you know what I mean? Achievement Hunter is awesome, but like Michael Jones isn't a video game journalist or a video game enthusiast press.
Yeah.
And so then it's like, okay, there's a few people we could use there, but then we're using them all the time and they have their own shows to do. So the pool's super small. All right, and let's say what I always talk about, the dream. Columbia, Missouri puts in an international airport and we move there and it's dirt cheap and everything's great. It's just us.
Yeah.
And it is that thing, we talked about it a long time ago of like, when this is just like me and Nick bullshitting right over drinks. They're just like, well, what if we moved, wherever, Timbuktu? And it was like, sure, we want Felicia Day, but we book Felicia Day to come out for 3 days, whatever. And she flies in, does this, she does a bunch of stuff with us and goes home. And it's like, yeah, do you understand how hard it is to get lowly D-list celebrity Greg Miller to do anything, right? And I'm using it with the wink of the celebrity thing. If you're listening, don't think I don't think of myself that way. But like internet celebrity Greg Miller, like I can't give anybody 3 days, let alone Felicia Day, let alone Max Landis. Like, hey Max, come to Columbia, Missouri for fuck you. No. Do you want to fly in and then? Well, I guess it's a long fly in and then do the show. No, I don't want to do that. Like here, the thing is, it's like, oh man. Hey, Adi Shankar followed me on Twitter. Follow him back. DM him. Hey, like, we love your stuff. Do you want to come up? Sure, I'll do a day trip. All right. Oh, he got food poisoning the day he was supposed to come. He can't come. It's easy to bump that a month, and here he is. You know what I mean? Like, we have the best of both worlds of getting the people we want from entertainment or from LA or from wherever, being able to pull from the San Francisco hotbed of video game enthusiast press, and then do all these different things. So, would it be great to take them? It's always so easy, right, on paper. Like, oh, well, just take what they're making and do it over there, and like, yeah, it'd be awesome. It'd be awesome to take all this and lose 25% of our overhead or costs. If I'm using overhead right, I'm not an adult, and like put it back into employees and put it back into stuff. But does that change the fabric of who we are? You know what I mean?
It makes you unique. Like San Francisco is definitely a kind of funny identity.
Yeah.
Like you're the San Francisco group.
Right. And we have shirts with them. We have all this pride in it.
Like at least 3 shirts.
Yeah. Please buy the shirts.
Outside of like Games Press, like there's no group in San Francisco. It's LA and then it's Austin and then it's like the one-off streamers. So
and that's the thing my concern would be of like I know like when we it's gotten better, I think, because we've listened to the community, right? for a while, the feedback was there's too many guests on GOG. I hate when the topic is I'm X and I do X, so let's talk about that for an entire topic. So we've done our best, with the exception of like Max, but like Max is a drunken, rambling mess, and we all love that. Of like, what do you do? Like, we try to pull back on that and bring in guests that are gonna fit and mesh and do it right. And I think we've hopefully shown, that, I mean, you guys come in and you fit, obviously, but you're from the community, but like, hey, here's this woman, Sloan, nobody knows, but I think's awesome, so here she is to talk about it, right? And it's just like, she's here and it's different. And, some people are like, oh, there's a lot of crosstalk in this episode. I'm like, that is true, and it's like, she's not a professional podcaster, like so many of us. Like, you get in, you fall in, you be able to do this, and we're able to do that. And I feel like if we went to Timbuktu, and even if we went to Austin, we'd have those opportunities, but it would be a lot more of just like, oh,
Timbuktu would be really cool, though.
Yeah, right? Just in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. But it would be a lot more of, all right, well, it is really the same opinions over and over. It is the same stories over and over again. And there's a charm to that, but is there a growth potential to that? Like, you know what I mean? And again, we don't want to be Rooster Teeth. We don't want to be Philip DeFranco. We want to keep making content we love. And I want Nick to be able to make the movie show he wants to make. And he has this great idea for another show he wants to make. And it's like, I want us to get there and have the ways to do that. And right now, I feel like that's our best bet here. And this is all, of course, taking out the fact that now there are 7 people's lives directly affected by it, and you usually then add at least one other person, like whether it's a partner or the family member, and it's like, just start thinking about how we would rip all that out and go. It's really fucking tough. Not to mention, Nick loves doing the comedy stuff, and that's an option up here. Yeah, again, he could go to LA and do it, but again, big fish, small pond kind of situation if Nick goes up and his things, and like you heard this story he talked about on the shows, right? Of like, some other comic got up there and goes, who the fuck is Nick Scarpino? I am why. How do you have 26,000 Instagram? Nobody in LA is going to give a shit that you have 26,000.
You're unique up here, and he could do the punchline up here, but like in LA, it's like everyone, that scene is huge.
Yeah. And so, we could go and figure it out and save a few bucks, but it would dramatically change who we are and what the culture is and what the business is. And I don't think that's the right move necessarily. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing as always. Like, one day somebody's going to come in and be like, hey, I made a plan. And we'd all look at it and be like, oh, yeah or no. But like right now, the idea of ripping it all up and going to LA or ripping it all up and going to Austin, I can't see how how it would work and how it wouldn't drastically change who we are. And Joey hates all these ideas.
I don't mind Austin.
You say that now. Wait till we're there in the summer.
You know what? I've done that. LA sucks.
LA does suck.
I do not like LA. I've said that. I have said it very drunkenly to Max. I've said it very publicly before.
He was a little perturbed. I saw it in his eyes.
Well, there was a lot to be perturbed about in this show. Yeah. Have you finished the whole show? Oh no, you were 2 hours in. Right?
Yeah. I'm like, I got to go back and like watch the rest. Final.
Oh sure, sorry.
Final question. And you might want to just make it a quick one. So
yeah, you know how I'm usually good at that.
Well, considering that roughly 90% of startups fail within 2 to 3 years.
Sure.
You guys have passed that. Do you consider Kind of Funny a success?
Yeah, 100%.
Yay. That was all
I mean, like, it's that thing where, I always talk about it. Well, we talk every so often about, oh man, like, tattoos are cool. And I'm like, yeah, I'd love to get the Kind of Funny logo here, right? And it's even when I used to talk about the
IGN logo.
Well, and it's that thing of like, oh, well, what if it failed or what if it did this? I'm like, this didn't fail. Like, for better or worse, we've come out and I mean, we being you guys, the community, have come out and been like, there's a place for this kind of content of just friends being friends. And the way, I'll never get over it, the way best friends has become a thing and people have adopted that and clung to that. And again, on the Reddit today, a guy who put up a broken headline that was like, does anybody have and he meant link, but he only got the L out. Yeah. And then it was like, hey, does anybody have that post from Greg about you're not allowed to kill yourself? I need that today. And the fact that here's the post and here's 18 people saying, DM me right now, PM me right now, I'm right there for you, blah, blah, blah. That is what we're a success about. When people, worry about views or worry about money or worry about us being here in another 2 years, that shit doesn't matter. That'll work itself out, and I'm fairly confident we'll be here. You know what I mean?
Money will come.
Exactly, and because it's the same thing we've always said from the beginning. If you put out content you believe in, it will find an audience. If you put out content you enjoy, you'll find an audience. And that's what we do. But the success isn't that. The success is the best friend mantra. The success is every one of the other podcasts we've inspired, or the kids who Twitch stream because of us, or the people who come up to me now, and because I'm old as fuck now, Snow Mike. But this was the fucking PAX of, I grew up listening to you, and now I've got my first media badge, and I'm like, there's like 14 of you doing this. How is that? How are there this many? But that's the success, right? Kind of Funny's been a success for sure. Yeah. Hopefully, here's to much more of it.
Absolutely.
You've made an impact on my life, Greg.
Love you. Love you guys. Thank you so much for doing this
Love
with me
you,
today.
Greg.
If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Game Over Greggy Show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each bringing a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, and I want to point out too, like Max has been on the show before. I can't, when you're a returning guest and you still get spooked by this table, throws me. Yeah, everybody's like, what? Oh, I forgot about that. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny. Keep the lights on. You can watch the show for $1 as we record it live, like so many of you are. Thank you. Or you can go 5 or 10, get the MP3 or the video early. If you have no bucks to toss our way, no big deal. Head over to youtube.com/kindafunny. You can get the entire show topic by topic, day by day, until it goes up as one big video and MP3. This is the Greg Miller Industries crew. And until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you. Cheer. Thanks for watching, everybody. Click here to subscribe. Click here to see a playlist of other videos. Click here to go to our Patreon page. And click here to go to the Vortex of Darkness. I don't know what it is.